1 year being myself. Welcome to the trans fam. Enjoy your stay. And rock on, ain't nothing like being yourself. Personal win. With everything bad going on in the world, I wanted to change my unhealthy lifestyle, and in 5 months, I was able to lose 50 pounds. March 2020, 275. August 2020, 225. I'm so proud. Well done, and I hope you feel good about yourself, because you should. This man lost an arm and decided to go as Woody when his arm starts to rip off for Halloween. People that do this kind of stuff are absolutely next level. Also, related reading. There's a guy with only one leg, Josh Sundquist. He does amazing Halloween costumes where he dresses up as the IHOP sign, a flamingo, the lamp from A Christmas Story. Super amazing guy, look him up. My amazing wife lived in a tent with me and our parrot and our 2 dogs for 3 months this summer while I got an internship at another state, and we couldn't find anywhere to rent. We're finally back home. Her support always makes me smile. That is one freaking dedicated wife. That is amazing. As you all know, I don't nature, so there is no way in hell I could do this. I'd live out of a van or something though, like an actual sturdy vehicle. A group of people studying to be mall Santas. I don't know why this makes me so. Today at the Kris Kringle factory, can you imagine the number of cookies they go through? I don't mean to brag or anything, but your boy just fracking beat stage 4 cancer. Yay, let's fracking go. Average schmo, you are no longer average. You are absolutely exceptional. Asked my baby mama for $500 a month to help with my son, since she said she wasn't ready to raise a child and gave up custody. She told me, I ain't giving you shirt. Took her to court and they said based on her income, I'm getting $1,750. That's a terrible situation. I'm sorry to all parties involved, but hey, karma. This is who I married. I was painting my nails and made a comment that I forgot I don't have to paint my pinky nail on my left hand. I simply forget that I lost my pinky, but it's always kind of a bummer when I am reminded. Matt said, I will be your surrogate pinky. You can paint my pinky to match your nails for the rest of our lives. And so we did. I cannot imagine a sweeter, kinder man. No words adequately describe our love. Women are so adorable when you compliment their dress and the dress has pockets. Hey, that's a really nice dress. Thanks, it has pockets. And then she puts her hands in them and shows you. Well, I mean, yeah, not enough women's clothing has pockets. This precious cutie pie is convinced that I am the general from Black Panther. Why on earth would I choose to disappoint him? Wakanda forever. That's really freaking cute. Bless my stepmom. Whoever this is, you have an amazing stepmother. I did it! I got out of a toxic 5-year relationship with my son's father, got our own apartment. I did it by myself, with no help from anyone. We might only have an air mattress for now, but I did it and I'm done being verbally and emotionally abused. Good for you! Rock out, be safe. I hope you get some better furniture soon. IKEA, can you send this person a care package? Was on my way to being a first-gen college grad. Then my parents graduated 5 months before me. Proud son. I really hope the 2 parents went to classes together and stuff like that. That would be freaking adorable. A little black girl at the gas station told me, I like your big hair. So I'm feeling pretty invincible right now, to be honest. She had a pineapple with the 2 braids on either side of her head and some glittery beads. I told her I liked her too, and she said, my daddy did it from you too. Death Note is the best. Huh? It's an anime, Grandpa. Honey, what is an anime? Love you. An anime is a Japanese cartoon like Pokemon, Sailor Moon, and Sonic. Sonic? I love you. Thanks for educating me, Lisa. You're the best. 1, this is cute as hell. 2, Sonic X, the anime, was not a thing I knew existed. Okay, so my little brother has a friend who plays in the black metal band. He and the band were going out into the woods and taking a photo for the album cover. But just as that photo was taken, our little friend slid in the snow. Here's the result. They really need to use this. There is so much beauty in this picture. I agree, the people are one of the few good things about the New York City subway. And that's coming from a New York City resident. The subways actually aren't that bad. We just say that to scare the tourists. My dad passed away when I was 16 from cancer. And before he died, he prepaid flowers so I could receive them every year on my birthday. Well, this is my 21st birthday flowers, and the last. Miss you so much, Daddy. Oh my god, that's painful and kind of really sad. Why does Made Me Smile always turn into Made Me Cry? Princess Diana broke the royal rules for her son William by taking part in the Mother's Day running race at her son's school, and she won. Good for her. She looks freaking awesome doing it too. Oh, that is so sweet. In the hospital with pneumonia, but I have my Switch. Finally home from the hospital. Now I get to play my Switch on my big screen. I would like to thank everyone for those get well wishes. Nintendo communities are the best. Thanks everyone. Oh, that's so sweet. In Mexico, school was canceled because of the pandemic. This teacher turned her pickup truck into a portable classroom. She drives 2 hours a day to teach children with autism who don't have books or access to the internet. Holy crap, that's some dedication. For the last time, wake up, you have to go to school. Dad, you're yelling at a pine cone. Liz Klimo, I swear every single time. This is Ted. He went on his first boat ride today. Hope you like his giraffe vest. He picked it out himself. 13 out of 10. Puppies! I like puppies a lot. I also love that every dog that's being picked up just has that amazing look on the right-hand side. Just pet. 12-year-old makes bow ties for shelter animals, helps them get adopted. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sir, you are a true hero. Also, I need bow ties for Freya. I, 37 male, make it a point to compliment my son's outfit. My son is 7 and my daughter is 4. They choose their outfits for the day under certain guidelines, such as must-have pants, shorts, etc., depending on weather. Anyway, my daughter has incredibly cute dresses and outfits with frills, bright colors, and a multitude of options, where my son's wardrobe is either pants and shorts and some kind of shirt, normally superhero themed at the moment. It took a while for me to notice, but I started to catch on that he really paid attention when I commented on his sister's outfits more than his. As a man, I never received compliments like that until much later into adulthood. And even still, my self-confidence was so low that I automatically assumed people were not being genuine. Ain't that a mood? It wasn't until I gave him his first compliment on a Captain America shirt with brown shorts that I realized just how valuable that was for him to hear from his dad. Now, every day he rushes to me and wants me to tell him what I think of his current outfit, and I have to say, it's one of the best moments of my day to be able to tell him I like it, but more importantly, how happy I am that he likes it. This right here, this is good parenting. My neighbors are hosting some sort of charity event thing, and they've got a live band going on, and they're pretty good. So when they finished a song, I yelled out a woo, and then I just hear, is that a neighbor? Over the microphone. You're really good, I say, because, well, what else do I say when yelling over 4 acres of brush land during the night? Then I just got a really awkward reply of thank you. And now I'm just sitting outside in the cold listening when the last song comes up, and this one is dedicated to the random neighbor that is hopefully still listening to this for free. This is really cute that the band dedicated the song to him, but this is also kind of awkward as hell. I'd feel so bad about this. As a child, Montana beat cancer twice, first at age 2 and then at 15. Along the way, she dreamed of growing up to be a pediatric nurse. Montana fulfilled the dream of returning to the place where she was treated. Aw, good for you. You're a braver person than me. I'm horrified of medical and hospital things. They noticed there was a blank wall at McDonald's, so they decided to make this fake poster of themselves. It's now been 51 days since they hung it up. They branded it and everything. Oh my god, this is genius. Give these men free nuggies. Amazon tribe wins lawsuit against Big Oil, saving millions of acres of rainforest. Fracking, good. Deal with it, Big Oil. I'm sure you'll find a way. Major love and respect to the Polish MPs who coordinated their outfits to create a rainbow flag at the swearing in of their homophobic president. Something I cannot pronounce. Good, excellent, yes, rainbow the hell out of that guy. After an 80-year-old man in England moved into a retirement home, his 98-year-old mother moved into the same home so she could help take care of him. She said, "You never stop being a mom." Oh, that's so cute. My little boy is in the process of being tested for autism. He's 3 and rarely speaks a word that's understandable anyway. But he always says, "Love you, Dad," when I put him to bed. That will do me for the rest of my life. Those words mean the most out of any. Why does this always turn into made me cry? I always promise myself I'm not gonna cry. We're still not gonna cry. Probably, maybe, I don't know. 22-year-old me, Mom, my favorite food which I asked for. Tom Holland Holland. Dad, act normal. Emma Watson is coming. Dad. I saw parents last week complaining that teachers who don't want to teach in person should just quit. They did. And now we don't have enough staff to open for in-person learning. We're going remote. Success! This is what worker solidarity looks like. The teachers, custodian, and bus driver forced the hand of the district. They called an emergency board meeting and admitted that we don't have the staff to reopen if we wanted to. We're going full remote. The shocked Pikachu faces from all of the parents who were telling us to quit was delightful. Guess you got what you wanted after all. I feel indebted to any teachers nationwide who have said they would leave if conditions were unsafe and did. I've heard some people say they feel guilty. Don't. In doing so, you've made conditions safe for those of us in a bad financial position who have to remain and can't walk away. You may have saved your colleagues' lives, so thank you. And that is how you take care of a Karen. Or in this case, many Karens. Hi, I'm Huggy Bear. I make what I call dewdrop holders. I make them to put in your garden so the fairies have something to drink their morning dew from. That's kind of beautifully wholesome. I got up this morning to get ready for DC Pride. My grandma walked into my room, looked at my buy flag, and said, "Oh, this needs to be pressed out." Such a simple gesture, but it holds so much love and meaning for me. Oh my God. Well done, Grandma. Frederick Dennis Gibbs. 12/2/1919 to 16/12/2012. You're late. Evelyn Esther Gibbs, 3/1/1929 to 22/10/2015. I'm here now, dear. Okay, we're gonna abandon the not crying goal of this subreddit, and we're just gonna read the rest of them, because Studio Voice Lexi is about to be gone. Here's a new challenge for all you bored teens. Take a photo of an area that needs some cleaning or maintenance. Then take a photo after you have done something about it and post it. Holy heck, they went hard. It looks completely different. Wow. This is my favorite picture on the internet. It's kind of my favorite picture too. Also, do they actually have that on their wall? Is it? Oh, wait, I think it's a decal. That's still amazing. Hi, Dad. I'm really excited to go camping and to see my picture. I love you a lot. I bet you want to get the Jeep muddy, don't you? I love camping with you. I also like exploring with you. I love you so much. And the cats. My voice is gone for this. Oh God. That's adorable. Special instructions. Send your cutest delivery boy. Mission accomplished. Oh, does Domino's have actual, delivery dogs? I would spend all my money on Domino's just to get the dogs, just to pet all the dogs. Yes, daisies, just flowers. Yes, good. I don't have to cry over this one. Excellent. We're just gonna stay here for a minute, okay? Just stay here and enjoy this. Okay, this is nice. All right, next post. My cat is afraid of baths, so in order to get him into one, I have to fill it with rubber ducks. Oh my God, the mlem! Oh, little mlem! Oh God, this is too dang cute. I just saw the one with his eyes closed. Oh my God! Oh, this made everything better. This made everything so much better. This fawn and bobcat were found in an office together, cuddling under a desk after a forest fire. Oh my God, I cannot. Oh, that is too cute. I'm sorry. Okay. Focus. Oh, it's so fluffy. I'm fine. Okay, next up. I'm writing a condolence card. Gregory, 5, asks what I'm doing. I'm writing a note to say how sorry I am that my friend's mom died, I say. He pauses for a very fraught moment and then asks, oh so tentatively, that's just to be kind, right? You're not the one who did it? I was not seeing that. I did not see that coming. Stop feeling bad for outgrowing people who had the chance to grow with you. Yes, just yes. 4-year-old asked Dad to grow sunflower taller than house. He did, and now it's the tallest sunflower in the UK. Freaking amazing job, Dad. I like the little tiny kid in his pajamas just like, yeah. Husband stayed home from work because our dog was coughing. We took him to the vet and paid $85 for him to tell us our dog was fake coughing. Your dog faked being sick to stay. This is something my dog would do. This is something Freya would totally do. She's too smart for her own good. That's adorable though. Just stay home. Just stay home every day. Just stay with your dog. That's all you need. All you need in life is dogs or cats or bunnies or anything fluffy. Can I talk to you about something? Always. Okay, thank you. About 1.5 months ago, I realized I've been repressing feeling about how much I'd prefer to be a girl. And I've been experimenting with female pronouns and a different name around the house, and with a few friends, and I like it a lot more than before. I just wanted to tell you, there's a chance you might have another granddaughter. First of all, I can always use another granddaughter. Secondly, if this makes you feel better, feel whole, then I will happily walk this world with you hand in hand. So what would you like me to call you? Hannah, please. I love you, Grandma. Thank you. We love you too, Hannah. See this is too freaking wholesome. I've been estranged from my family for about 6 years, and that was pretty much right after I came out as trans. And seeing families react positively to people coming out as trans gives me just a little bit of hope back into the world. Anyways, this is great. Congratulations, Hannah. I'm very happy for you. There was a seal at my dad's work today. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my God. Oh my God, look how tiny that is. This looks like it's at an airport. Those are like the airport style seats. My God, it's so fluffy. Police officer spends his lunch break sharing pizza with a homeless woman. Get this man a promotion. Yes. Get this man a promotion immediately. No mask on your face, you big disgrace. Spreading your germs all over the place. Singing, we won't serve you. After surviving a fire, he is now training to become a therapy dog for burn victims. Oh, such a good boy. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I hope he's recovering okay. This is kind of hilarious, but also kind of disturbing. I approve. You know what? I'm not sobbing. I'll take it. My D&D character, something Finfine. She's an all baking, all embroidering, all worries Midwestern turtle druid based on my mom. Oh, that's adorable. That's really cute artwork, actually. I love it. There's a mattress store that gives you a mattress for your dog when you buy a normal one. Where do I go? Outstanding move. I am fully ready to buy a new, I don't need a new bed, but I'm fully ready to buy a new bed so my dog can get a new bed too. My dog was terrified of the fireworks, so my cat went and cuddled up with her. My heart is crying. Bad news, I accidentally washed a nice wool shirt that I really loved and it shrunk a lot. Good news, puppy in a sweater. My sister's boyfriend is from Russia and he just graduated from college. So his parents are visiting from Moscow and they speak very little English. And I almost lost it today laughing because they absolutely loved my sister's wiener dog. Like they were entirely amused by this dog. And his dad was just sitting next to the wiener dog, admiring him and softly saying in his thickest Russian accent, "Little dog, small dog, little dog." That is actually really freaking cute. Holy crap, Grandma got buff. Well done! Proves it is never too late. Juliana Massa. I went through 4 years of high school without having a bad hair day. That is one way to get through it. A shelter dog named Ginny rescued hundreds of injured stray cats. Abused herself and later adopted, she searched alleys, abandoned buildings, and construction sites for cats in need. Once found, she would alert her owner, who would take them into care. She saved over 900 cats in her lifetime. Oh my God, the cat's so happy. This is really cute. Everything in this subreddit is really cute, or just makes you cry. This cop comes to the same neighborhood after every shift with snacks and soda and chills with the kids who live there for at least an hour. Sometimes he brings a football and plays a few games. In the summer, when it's hot, he brought slip and slides and water guns for the children. And in the winter, he brought coats and hoodies. Oh my God, that's freaking taking care of your community. The meme at the bottom. Well, I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan. Oh, the tiny little blip, the tiny little blip. I went to boop the snoot. My dad surprised my mom for their 30th anniversary and had a bench dedicated to her at the park where they always walk together. Celebrating 30 years of walking with my love and the joy of all of you walking with yours. Happy anniversary, Pam. Love, Jeff. Pam and Jeff, 1987 to 2017. Young man helping an older man down an escalator. Good. Somebody paid attention in Boy Scouts. True story. I was told by a priest that I didn't have a choice to be gay or straight. I was gay and I had a choice to be authentic about who I am or hide it, and that God was really proud of the choice I had made. That's literally how it should be for everyone, because that's how God actually feels, I think. And this, friends, is the proper Christian response to coming out. I am so glad that you had this support. Me too. Me too. This is an amazing freaking response, especially from a priest. I'm not crying again. You can't prove otherwise. Look how happy this gecko is with this little gecko toy. Look at the smile. Making food, bills, full-time job, family problems. My mom. How was your day, sweetie? Some moms really do wear a whole special set of armor, or they are themselves just invincible. My mom pretending to like the macaroni art I showed her. Me pretending to like the Facebook meme she showed me. Full circle. Oh my god, it's cat and watermelon. It's a cat. Oh my god. These sustain me through Made Me Smile. Giant pumpkin head? Giant pumpkin head. Giant plant pumpkin head. Yes. After 30 years, two brothers return to Chernobyl to find an old friend waiting for them. Oh my god, it's still there. Oh my god, that's amazing. This photo is too beautiful not to be seen by everyone. Look at how happy he is. Look at the happy elephant. Enjoy it. I know this is more blessed images than anything, but just look at it and smile. We can't fly, but we have each other. Here, I made you this. Ha, I'm just lazy. I can totally fly. Walking Birds Club. Oh, Pigeon's like, nope, I'm part of this club now. I want to build other channels like Beast Gaming and Beast Reacts, so I can run my main channel at a loss and grow as big as possible. And then use my main channel's influence to one day open hundreds of homeless shelters, food banks, and give away all the money. That's my grand plan, and if you don't believe me, just watch. I promise I'm dying with $0 in my bank account, and I refuse to live a materialistic life. Mr. Beast, a better person than many of us. Beach litter, a free coffee if you collect a bucket of rubbish off the beach. Buckets available from the coffee shop. Every little bit helps. I would totally do this. I grew up basically on the beach in Florida, and it made me so mad when people littered. Like, why? Just don't. This is beautiful. This is how you are a good fan. This is excellence. He looks so happy. Also, holy crap, that is an electric wheelchair. Y'all are freaking strong. Well done, and also be safe. Like, don't injure Kim or anybody else in the audience doing this. I love students. He sprung from the cabin window as he said this, upon the ice raft which lay close to the vessel. He was soon borne away by the waves and lost in darkness and distance. As he drifted away, I could just make out his final words. It's okay if you call me Frankenstein instead of Frankenstein's monster. I really don't mind. The end.
What's the kindest thing a pet has done for you? I don't remember this myself because I was too young. My parents had a dog named Charlie who was absolutely terrified of the vacuum cleaner. But after I was born, anytime my mother vacuumed, Charlie would stand steadfast between me and the vacuum cleaner. Trembling in every limb, my mother says, but determined to protect baby me from the monster. Humans never deserve dogs. We don't really deserve any of our pets, do we? You guys, one of my mom's dogs has hella attitude, and she didn't want her to try and bite any of her other dogs, so she bought her a muzzle, and this is the only one she could find that would fit her tiny face. My dog being silly. Hope it made someone smile. It absolutely made me smile. Look at that little tongue hanging out. You know, just give me a big old kiss. You know, that makes me really happy. It's good to see that there's a really good possibility that they're actually friends. In businesses as fake and as vain as Hollywood, it's pretty rare. After having a miscarriage and being told my son only had an 83% chance of being born with a chromosomal disorder, me and my fiance were blessed July 21st with a perfectly healthy baby boy. Oh my god, look at that hair! Holy crap, it's thicker than mine is. Wow, big jealous time. His young daughter found out what he did for a living, so she made him wings so he would be safe. And a good dad will wear his daughter's wings. You're damn right he will. They're gonna keep him perfectly safe. One of my clearest memories of my grandfather is when he beat me in chess and I cried because I was a sore loser. And he said, okay, I'll play you left-handed. And then I won, and it took me until last week to realize he was a clown bastard. My husband and I tried to take pics of our rings, but our dog didn't want to feel left out. Clearly not. I mean, come on, he's a part of the family too, right? I'm officially 35 today, but more importantly, I am 1 year sober after a 7-year battle with alcoholism. I've come closer to alcoholism than I'd like to admit, so it's always good to see when someone's able to hit that point and bring themselves right back out of it. Good for you, my man. Formula One driver Lando Norris chose a 6-year-old girl's submission as the winner of his helmet design competition. I can see why, that's actually really freaking cool looking. After years of darkness, today marks 12 months without drinking. I never thought I could, and I'm proud of myself. Not just you, my friend. We're all proud of you. Whether we know you or not, congratulations. Also, hey, what's their name? You gonna let us know? Come on, give them pets. Probably one of the best messages I've ever received. My dad beat cancer. Hey, little one, good news. Cancer gone. Damn. I can't even begin to imagine how much elation you would feel from getting that message. Have a nice day. Sincerely, Gary. This message is approved by my wife, Ellen. Gary, you seem like a great guy. Let's have a beer sometime. In 2018, a killer whale named Tahlequah, known to researchers as J35, grieved over her dead calf by carrying it across the ocean for 17 days, over 1,000 miles, refusing to let it sink. Recent drone shots have revealed that she is pregnant again. Oh. How much weight do you think orcas gain during pregnancy? This is Johnny. We adopted him from a dog shelter after being with an abusive family for 12 months. He doesn't trust anyone, and today was the first time he agreed to come to work with me. Doesn't trust anyone, huh? Looks like he trusts you just fine, or at least is starting to. I told my son he couldn't swim with no supervision. He was upset, took off his clothes, and left. He said he didn't want to stay with us anymore. Man, I have been there so many times, I really feel exactly what that kid's feeling right now. The amount of times I've almost done this at work on the job and just never come back. I'll be honest, I don't like my smile. But yesterday at the beach, I couldn't contain it. I've got the best dog ever. You know what, my friend? You're absolutely right. It does look like you have the absolute best dog ever. And a fantastic smile. Don't dog on yourself. White doggo versus freshly cut grass. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep, there it is. Absolutely. Oh man. Guy Whidden, a World War II veteran who got a mohawk the day before D-Day, just did it again to spread cheer. I can't even begin to imagine what it is these guys went through. They weren't called the greatest generation for no reason. My dad's awake. My dad has been in a coma for 2 months after being infected with the virus, and we just got a phone call. The first thing he asked my mom was, "When was the last time I saw you?" He's having trouble remembering a lot of things, and he'll need us to care for him, but I'm just so glad he's awake again. I didn't think I'd ever see him again. Gosh, I'm crying while writing this. This is such a good feeling to get good news, especially since my grandmother passed away from COVID a few days ago. I hope you guys are doing what you can to stay safe. Take every precaution you can to stay healthy. I love each and every one of you so much. I hope to see you get through these hard times and come out happy and safe. You see, this right here is exactly why people need to be wearing their masks. It is the least inconvenient thing on planet Earth to do, and it could save somebody, literally. So just put the damn thing on and go about your business. Okay, so there's an office administrator at my work, and she has this cute little 2-year-old named William. He calls me Nick So Tall, like that's my name to him, but he says it like it's one word, Nick So Tall, and I love it. So I've taken to calling him Will So Lil, and we get along like a house fire. Never heard that term before. I haven't seen him in like 2 weeks, but his mom comes into work today and tells me that recently he's been telling his own bedtime stories, and he starts them all with once upon a time and everything. Cute, right? Well, to me it gets cuter, because he's been telling stories about Batman, Spider-Man, and Nick So Tall. And we have these adventures and climb buildings and fight crime together, and I have to be honest, it warmed my heart so freaking much it's ridiculous. That's just adorable. Remember to ask your doctor if Nick So Tall is right for you. This 9-year-old recently had to go in for surgery and was so nervous he brought his stuffed wolf. The wolf had a tear in its leg, so he asked if his doctor could do a wolf surgery too. His parents said no. But when they walked into the recovery room, they discovered the little wolf laying next to their son, this time with a surgical mask, a little cast, and surgical-grade sutures in his leg. Men of quality do not fear equality. Ain't that the goddamn truth, my man? These 3 saved a suicidal man from jumping off of a bridge. They tried to keep him back from the edge, talk him around, and when he went to jump, they grabbed onto him and refused to let go. Their names are Devonte, 13, Sammy, 14, and Sean, 12. Know them. My 99-year-old great-grandfather was at my house for Christmas, and we were watching Cake Boss because it's his favorite show. Except it was already recorded, so I fast-forwarded through the commercial, and my grandpa screamed and said, "What are you doing? Are you time-traveling? Ellie, you can't do that!" "The future is now, old man." Man, I really suck at art. Okay, class, subject of the day. Draw a portrait of your best friend. Well, art is hard, but you can create great stuff if you have a lot of patience and practice. Or a good inspiration. I freaking love these comics so much. Dog wears camera that takes photos when he gets excited. The camera is triggered when the dog's heart rate goes up. Pigeons, other dog, people, and a lot of baskets. A freaking turtle. What even? Oh. Man, I genuinely wish I could view the world through the lens that is a dog's brain. I think I might be a happier person in general. Quality content, the only post I care about. But real quick though, can we talk about that iFunny watermark? Even if you get just 5 upvotes, you might have made someone's day. That's always a really good way to look at it. After his fishing buddy passed away, 75-year-old widower Ray Johnstone posted a classified ad that broke hearts all over the internet. He just wanted someone to go fishing with and offered to split costs with everyone who owns a boat. His ad got over 60,000 views, and he had offers from people around the world, including a guy who took him on an all-expense-paid deep-sea fishing getaway. So, while at the beach today, my phone died. I also left my pouch with all my supplies on my kitchen table 15 minutes away. I figured I would be fine. Well, a low hit fast. I barely could get off my chair and felt like I was gonna pass out. My kids, who are 5, noticed right away. I just remembered my daughter grabbing my debit card and running to the snack bar. She came back with a Lifeguard and an orange juice. The guard said she got to the snack bar and cut the whole line screaming, "My mama has diabetes, she has a low, and I need all the OJ. Use this money card." I'm fine now thanks to this little doll who found out she has an extreme phobia of birds very fast. This is the happiest photo I've ever seen. Oh my god, look at the size of the smile on the turtle friend. Oh, the world needs a lot more of this energy lately. Mohammed Mashali once found a child that suffered from diabetes and needed insulin but couldn't afford any of the medication. So he asked his mother to buy him some. Sadly, his mother could not afford them either and the child passed away. After this, he moved to one of the poorest countries and began treating medical patients free of charge. He passed away July 28, 2020. Days before his death, he was still helping everybody he could. So he was an angel. That's what he was. In 2015, Swindon police apologized for using their sirens unnecessarily on a residential street. They were trying to settle a debate among a group of 4-year-olds as to whether the noise was woo-woo or Nina. Which one was right though? In my room smoking, and I kept hearing somebody singing and bro outside serenading the queen. Real playish shit. I'm 60 years old and have searched my whole life to identify the sound of this bird. Not only have you identified the bird with the song, but with the video as well. You've given me one of the most precious gifts I've had on my bucket list since I was a child. Thank you. My boyfriend's first language is French, and he forgot the word for lid. So instead, he held up the pot and asked, "Where is his hat?" Did he ever find it? Where was that boy's hat? We gotta know. Marie's family abandoned her after she married Jake, her true love, in 1948. They're still happily married for over 70 years through the power of love. Doesn't sound like they were her family in the first place. You abandoned someone for that reason? You really weren't family, were you? This is Miller, a good boy who lost some pounds. He just wanted to post his transformation pic to inspire you. You know what, Miller? That's it. You have inspired me. 2002, 2014. Damn, she got strong, dude. What did you feed her while she was growing up? I told my husband I missed being able to go to the movies. Last night, he woke me up at 11. He surprised me with a projector, a sheet, and a hammock in our backyard. We watched movies all night. This is how you stay together for 32 years. He is my hero. 32 years! Holy crap, dude! What movies did you watch, though? A kid quarantining at home was about to miss his class picture day. The teacher didn't want him to miss out, so he brought the class to his window for the photo. Having a conversation with my grandma with Alzheimer's. Me, "It was nice seeing you, Grandma. It was nice remembering you. You remember me? I don't remember your name, but I remember that I love you." God, there is nothing more terrifying to me than Alzheimer's. Just had a great conversation with my cat. We discussed the following. Is he a little baby? He is in fact a little baby. The fact that he's very cute. The origin of how he got to be so cute. Why is he so little? Details as to how he's a good boy. I have this exact same conversation with my cat Munchkin every single morning. Seriously, it's without fail. It's almost like it's a law you have to follow. YouTuber builds off-road wheelchair for his wife so they can explore the world together. I watched this video. That product looks amazing. She's keeping him company. Man, what the hell did we do to deserve dogs? Autism be damned, my boy can work a grill. Remember what Chef Gustavo said, anyone can cook. This service dog received his master's degree in occupational therapy from Clarkson University after attending every single class with his human. This is my Uber driver, Benny. He took me to the hospital and is keeping me company since most of my family lives out of the state. You better tip that guy real well. A family lost their dog during Hurricane Sandy. After searching for 1.5 years and giving up hope, they decided to adopt another dog. The adoption counselor brought in the first candidate, and it was actually their lost dog. Holy crap, the amount of luck they had for that one. Jeez, you have 3 wishes. I wish all pets lived as long as their owners. Okay, you get that one on the house. You still have 3 wishes. Thank you, random R6 players who saved my dog IRL today. I was in a ranked game on Villa, 3rd round just started. Suddenly I could hear my dog hacking and choking behind me. As I threw off my headset saying, "My dog is choking, holy crap," it came unplugged from my controller. I ran over to my dog in a panic. What do? I hear from my TV, "Hold his legs in the air and hit him on the back," said loudly a few times by 2 of my teammates, who I assumed queued together. Thank you. You guys literally saved my dog's life today. Deaf janitor named James Anthony left in tears after kindergarten class performs happy birthday for him in sign language. A few years ago, a roommate abruptly decided to move out to live with her boyfriend, and I ended up spending half a year sharing an apartment with someone I'd never met before, an Egyptian girl with very limited English. She was confused by my appearance and asked me, "Boy or girl?" It took me a while to understand what she was saying, but eventually she got the point across and I told her that I was a girl. She seemed unsatisfied and I explained that I was transgender. Unsurprisingly, she didn't know the word. We ended up communicating by typing our respective sentences into Google Translate. Unfortunately, whatever the Arabic word for transgender is, wasn't a word she knew either. Eventually, I ended up typing in, "I used to be a boy, but it made me unhappy, so I decided to be a girl." She stared at it for a moment and then asked, "You're happy now?" I said yes. She smiled and looked thoughtful. A couple hours later, she came up to me and said, "You and me, we are sisters," and gave me a hug. You say you're a girl, so you're a girl. There you go, folks. It's that simple and easy. 1989? 2020? They haven't aged a day, have they? Say, wait a minute, where's Einstein? A ladybug has entered the household, and I am on my way to introduce myself. I sniffed too hard, the ladybug went up my nose. I sneezed so they could escape, and now the human is here, helping them back outside. That did not go at all how I planned. If the ladybug is reading this, I am so sorry. It's my last day of chemo. Killing it! You're absolutely killing it. We're all proud of you. If a girl suddenly acts as if she knows you in public and acts like your friends, go along with it. She could be in danger. Or you could. One time, a woman walked up to me and hugged me and asked how my mom was, and then after a couple of minutes, she whispered she had noticed a man watching and or following me and wanted to scare him off. She then walked me to my destination. I was only 14. There are far too many freaky, weird pieces of garbage out there. Mine is when my mom died 5 years ago. I woke up in the middle of the night to find my son, aged 8, sitting on my bed watching me. I asked if he was okay and he said, "I'm staying awake in case you wake up really sad and need an emergency hug from me." Damn. I did it, guys. I danced with a girl. I held her hand, she held mine. It was the best damn moment of my life. I think I'm gonna make it, guys. You got this, Shiv. Jokingly used the ring from Dishonored 2 to propose to my girlfriend on a few occasions. This time there's a real one underneath. Wish me luck. You got this. What's the last pair of shoes you bought? I bought a pair of black Nikes to wear while teaching. I tried them on in the store, bought them, took them home, and never wore them again. Here's why. When my class was walking back from lunch, I heard a kid slapping his feet as he walked. I turned around to look at him and noticed he was slapping his feet because his shoes were literally falling apart. So I pulled him aside, told him I had a pair of shoes I didn't need, and asked him if he wanted them so I didn't have to throw them out. Needless to say, he was ecstatic. So I called his mom and asked her if it would be okay to give them to him. She was happy about it, so I gave them to him. I'm still wearing my old shoes, and I'm okay with that. My dog ran away and wandered into the local Home Depot. This is what I arrived to when I picked her up. What's the problem here? She's hustling. She went out and got herself a job. Now she's she's gonna help with rent. DeLond McCullough, a former NFL player and now coach, was given up for adoption at birth in 1973. He found his birth mother in 2017. She told him the name of his father, who turned out to be his college coach and mentor throughout his entire adult life. My husband is in his first year of teaching elementary school math. Every night he comes home, takes a long swig of soda water, stares into the middle distance and says, "The amount of cuteness I see on a daily basis, you just can't fathom it, Caitlin." My sister's about to have a baby and my brother showed up to the hospital in a suit because first impressions matter. Your brother's a genius. July 6th, 2013, I got my first iPhone. It was a 4S. Today I upgraded. I am now an owner of an 11. Hey, you okay? Not really. Want to talk about it? Not really. Man, more people need to realize that doing something as simple as this is quite helpful. Having a daughter does not make a man decent. Having a wife does not make a decent man. Treating people with dignity and respect makes a decent man. The 6-year-old figured out she can sneakily stick a note on someone's back, but she doesn't know they could say things like, "kick me." So they just have space facts on them. What? Space facts? What kind? I gotta hear some of these. One time I called my boyfriend dumb because he took the bus instead of the metro to work. The bus takes longer. And he hit me with, "I take the bus so I can call you every day before work. I don't get a signal on the metro." And then I realized I'm dumb, and I think about that a lot. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. I've probably butchered several more before this instance. He started planting trees at the age of 16 and by now has created a 1,360-acre forest. He spent 36 years of his life without getting any recognition for his work. His forest is now home of 100+ elephants, Bengal tigers, one-horned rhinos, and other species. He's still not that famous in his country and sells milk for livelihood. People like this deserve all the recognition in the world. I know I've said I can't even begin to imagine at least 5,000 times in this video already, but this one takes the cake. How in the world do you create a 1,300-acre forest practically on your own? My nephew is 5. I'm 33. A few months ago, he asked me, "Auntie Franny, are you a grown-up?" I got really quiet, cautiously looked around, put my finger to my mouth, and told him, "I'm still a kid, but you can't tell anyone because no one knows." His eyes got huge and he loudly whispered, "I knew it." Now every time I see him, he comes up to me at some point and whispers, "Don't worry, I haven't told them." Then proceeds to ask more questions about my life as a secret kid. And every time I'm video chatting with him and my sister, he sneaks in an obvious wink and I wink back. And only we know what that wink means. And to this day, he's the only person that knows I'm still a kid and that I've been faking it all this time. Earlier, my daughter asked me if grown-ups ever cry. I sat down with her, hugged her, and explained that grown-ups do cry and that we feel scared, sad, angry, and everything she feels. And it's fine to feel those things. She then asked me if grown-ups pee. Oh, that's where you've got to start the awkward talk. Got to let her know that we don't do that after a certain age. It's a whole thing. She'll learn.
This vintage photo of a bride that refuses to let a bomb that almost destroyed her home ruin her happiness on her special day, 1940. Holy cow. What a trooper. What an absolute trooper. Oh my goodness. The dog's had that little toy ever since a little pup. Oh, that's... I'm smiling. I'm smiling. Me gaming, girlfriend learning the game so she can spend more time with me. That'd be pretty epic. Oh, this is a little slice. That's a nice little nickname for a kid. Little slice. It's gonna be my rapper name now. Today for my birthday, my grandpa gave me 3 books filled with stories of each time he hung out with me from age 2 to 5. I'm speechless. Oh, well, how about that? 2 days in a row now, I've gotten home from work and discovered that Scout has not only figured out how to open and let herself out of her crate, but that when she does so, she causes no mischief whatsoever, but instead gathers all of her favorite toys from her basket and snuggles in my bed. If that is not the most angelic, outstanding thing, then I don't know what life is. We don't deserve woofs. That's true. They are too good for this world. Deleted my weather app because there's a guy in my office that always tells me anyway, and the app never asks me how my weekend was. Shout out to Bill. My weekend was awesome, man. Thanks for asking. My 4-year-old son wrote a fan letter to Mr. Rogers and told him he called him Boof. Where that came from, I do not know. 2 weeks later, a letter came in the mail, thanking my son for writing such a nice letter. It was signed Boof. That's great. The bride's father died 10 years ago and his heart was donated. The man who received the transplant was the one to walk her down the aisle in place of her father. Well, now I'm just gonna cry. Yep. Hi peeps, this is my son Timmy. Timmy is a senior at Blank and has autism. After many interviews and many rejections, he finally got a job at Blank Stop and Shop. Today's his first day. He's working 3 to 7:30. If you see Timmy, please be sure to say hi, and I'm sure he'd love some words of encouragement. He is so nervous. Well, look, I think he's going to do a great job. Go get him, Timmy. Break a leg. I will be cheering this man on until I die. My dog was declared cancer-free today, so I'm reverse searing him a steak. He deserves it. Absolutely 100%. Dad, we are not feeding that feral cat. Also, Dad, I set up a heated cat house in the backyard and put a camera so we can make sure she's home safe every night. That is... I love this. I'm gonna cry. Children don't need a perfect holiday with 100 presents. Children need a memorable holiday with you. Sip some hot chocolate, bake some cookies, watch a parade on TV, and know that happy memories are better than anything with a 2-day delivery. I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't know why. Scary mommy? More like wholesome mommy. Mr. Wheeze was always my big chonk. After a year of diet and exercise, he's now my small/medium chonk. If you ever feel like you're struggling with weight loss, just know, if Mr. Wheeze can do it, you can do it too. Me watching my wife cook a bomb 4-course meal while I stand there with my spatchy spatch ready to stir something. Shout out to the wives. Dad explored Lamington National Park with us. Oh, it's one of his kids. Oh, man. Oh. Happy 16th birthday, Robert Irwin. Your dad will be so proud of you. He has loved you since the moment you were born. Thank you, Mom. This means so much to me. I'm gonna lose it. I've been depressed, but I'm trying not to let that make me a substandard father. I'll cry later. Time to make cookies with my daughter. That's it, man. You got it. My dad suffers from bipolar disorder and depression. He was in bed feeling very ill the other day, but when I asked him to help me measure an apartment I was interested in, he woke up, got dressed, and told me, "This is important for you, so let's go." And he did. And look at him. Look at him. He's going. Man, this subreddit is one day I'm gonna break. A car hit her, breaking her jaw. Most would have euthanized her, but the docs repaired it. Look at that I got 9 lives smile. That's great. I love this. A good cat is a happy cat. My grandma lived in this house for 40 plus years and now has moved into assisted living and doesn't go on her walks anymore. When Google Street View cars were driving around my town, she happened to be walking right outside her house. Now she can always be seen walking to her true home. Oh, that's great. You'll love to see it. Just got accepted to medical school. What? This first-gen daughter of Mexican immigrants is going to be a doctor. 5-year-old me would be proud. My name is Melissa Gonzalez. I am 5 years old. I like to play hide and go seek. I don't like to eat duck. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. Go get him! In heaven, there's a black and white dog taking care of 7 gold lab puppies. Daisy the dog lost all 7 of her puppies in a barn fire at the end of February and wasn't the same afterwards, spending most of her days going to the remains of the barn to look for them. Her owner posted a desperate appeal on Facebook asking if anyone had puppies she could foster. The next day, an owner of 8 orphan puppies contacted her, and Daisy took to caring for them straight away. You love to see a story like this end on a happy, positive note. Single dad adopts baby with Down syndrome after she was rejected by 20 families. When I first held her in my arms, I was overcome with joy. Father and son pilots got to fly together on dad's last flight. He's retiring after 41 years with Air Canada. That is a proud father and a proud son. Dog bless him. Found my dog hiding from her puppies. I mean, you know, they say kids are stressful. I assume dogs also feel that stress. So last summer, I randomly met this 80-year-old woman on Words with Friends. We played 300 plus games together, and she actually ended up becoming a good friend of mine. Today, I got to go to Florida and meet her in person. And people say video games are bad for us. Look at this. Look, an 80-year-old woman made a new friend. That, you'll love to see it. My newly married friends. I thought this photo is cute and wholesome. And it is. That's such a good photo. Props to you, and congratulations to them. After spending countless hours on its development over the past year, I just spotted my game in the wild for the first time at a board game cafe. Look at that. He's a proud guy. I mean, hey, if I saw my product in a store, I would know how to feel. Groom saves a boy from drowning on his wedding day. What a good guy. He sacrificed the suit and everything. Hey, look, weddings are important, but a person's life, that's the most important thing of all. Hard to swallow pills. You've come a long way since the parts of your life when you were toxic. You don't have to hate yourself anymore. It's okay for you to be happy. When you wake up at 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom and your cat has to fulfill his obligation to watch you pee. So this week, my 8-year-old brother kept asking for 2 of whatever we gave him for lunch, for example, 2 sandwiches and whatnot. My mom didn't think anything of it. So this afternoon, a parent approached her and thanked her for sending lunch for his son while she was in the hospital. Oh, my 75-year-old dad just got his dream job working TCP Craig Ranch Golf Course as an attendant. He was so proud of his uniform and the fact he gets a hot lunch on the day he works. It's his first hourly position since he was a teenager. Look how happy he looks. And a happy man he is. Look at that. I'm proud of him. I've spent the whole day watching the human make a gingerbread house. The final touch was a little icing dog staring out of one of the windows. Now it's a gingerbread home. My dad once wrote a note to us and put it in a drawer. The note said, "If you're scared to tell me something, just bring me this note as a reminder that I'm here to support you. I won't get mad. I will work with you on a solution. Best way to keep your kids talking to you. I don't know why everyone makes the Grim Reaper out to be a bad guy. I mean, he's just taking you to the afterlife. It's not like he killed you. It's actually quite nice of him to walk you. Imagine if he had to go alone. Street Singer was ignored by everyone. Then 4 kittens came to show their support. Look at that. Look, humans or cats, I'll take an audience of any number. Today, my dentist had a service puppy she was training that laid in my lap while getting my teeth cleaned. Oh, this is so wholesome. I love it. I love it so much. I adore my coffee guy. I always get a large coffee, and at first I'd walk in and he'd just be like, large coffee, right? But now he just does finger guns at me and goes, large! And I'd be lying if I said that wasn't the best part of my day. Oh, it's my last day of chemo. How about that? Look at that. Made it this far. We out here surviving. I'm so happy. This is the best subreddit I've ever seen. For any lesbian, gay, bi, transgender folks alone for the holidays, yourholidaymom.com is a blog run by a bunch of moms, and sometimes other parents, who will post a letter to you daily until Christmas with words of acceptance and welcome. It was designed specifically as a project for kids and adults who face rejection over the holidays because of their sexuality or gender. This meant a lot to me the first year that I was isolated by my family, and I wanted to share it with all of you. I'll go ahead and say it. No matter your gender, sexuality, what you choose to be, and what you choose to do with your life, you are loved and accepted and appreciated. Go out there and kick ass. This is Daisy and Luna. Daisy doesn't like car rides, so Luna comforts her until they fall asleep. Heckin' heartwarming. 13 out of 10 for each. A middle school in Dallas organized a breakfast with dads event and then realized some students lacked father figures, so the school made a Facebook post asking for 50 volunteers. The next morning, 600 men showed up to help out. My sister has been in this world for 18 years, and today is the first time she has been offered a menu at a restaurant. Oh, a Braille menu. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. I don't know what restaurant this is, but huge props. I just called Lifeline Australia, and I understand that they can't give me their real name, but I felt uncomfortable talking to someone without a name, and so I asked for a fake one, and I got hung up on. So yeah, good to know they are willing to hang up on me as well. My real name is Michael. I have PM'd you my phone. I need you all to know whoever the frick Michael is, I called him, he helped, I am still alive. I love that. Molly and her grandpa, then and now. Look at that, same street, grandpa's got the same style. That's fantastic, I love it. Lots of banging noises outside. I find my Romanian neighbors have rebuilt my fence, which had fallen down a while ago. When I offered money/beer as gratitude, they said it was better to do nice things than rather to expect something. Bloody foreigners coming here and building fences. How about it? Most babies sleep peacefully and appear angelic during their newborn photo shoots. Others, like Luna Musa, have a mood described by her dad as mean mugging. A Texas dad sold off his business and built a $51 million amusement park for his disabled daughter with free admission for everyone with special needs. Morgan's Wonderland has had more than 1 million visitors since it opened, and 1/3 of its staff includes people with special needs. That is phenomenal. What a dad. So I sold my daughter's slide yesterday on Facebook Marketplace. I asked the buyer, "How old are your kids?" She giggled and said, "No, it's for my pugs. They love to go up and down a slide. We are all mothers in our own way." Made my day. And look at that. I love pugs so much. They just always look so happy. What are some things you'd only know by growing up poor? My brother and I would dig up wild onions in our yard or steal crab apples from the neighbor's tree if food was low. Eventually, an old lady moved in down the street and she'd invite us over to help her make cookies. Cakes eventually full-on dinners. Nanny was amazing. Oh my god, they're keeping the luggage from moving. That's so nice. Like, it's such a small thing, but it makes such a huge difference. Show some real character. A science teacher from rural Kenya who donated most of his salary to help poorer students has been crowned the world's best teacher and awarded a $1 million prize, beating 10,000 nominations from 179 countries. I don't know about you, but he 100% deserves all of that. Also, is that Hugh Jackman on the left? I finally told my brother about my period after using toilet paper for months. Don't be afraid to tell someone when you get your period. I'm 13 and I just started getting my period, and it's pretty heavy now. I live with my brother, so I don't really have a mom or sister to talk about it. I'm glad he's a nurse, though. He was so cool about it. He wouldn't got me so much. He got me liners, pads each side of tampons, cupcakes, and cookies, and I told him I've been crying over my cramps the whole weekend, and he got me a heating pad, Tylenol, Midol, Epsom salts for the bath, and he even showed me a pressure point just a few fingers widths down below my belly button, and it works so good. He even got me a cute little supply bag to take with me to school. I was afraid to tell someone I got my period, but it was so easy, and if you're afraid, don't be. Most people have heard of Coco the gorilla, who can speak about 1,000 words in sign language and understand about 2,000 in English. What most people don't know, however, is that Coco was an avid Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood fan. When Fred Rogers took a trip out to meet Coco for his show, not only did she immediately wrap her arms around and embrace him, she did what she'd always seen him do on screen. She proceeded to take his shoes off. My mom at the launch for her children's book, completing a lifelong dream of becoming a published author. Aw, she's so happy. I love this kind of stuff, whenever people achieve such a huge goal in their life. My parents parents befriended a homeless war vet. They decided to give him one of their work SUVs, complete with sleeping quarters. They included a bag of goodies and paid for the car to be insured and registered for 1 year. They also hired him. Ooh, that looks comfortable. I like that. Japanese cafe hires paralyzed patients to remotely control server robots to earn income. Oh man, that's so cool, dude. Wow. If I'd seen this years ago, I'd think this was something out of a movie, dude. I come from a poor family, and after mowing lawns all year, I've been able to buy this for my sister for her art. Oh man, that's so wholesome. That's so cool. My Penny enjoying her surrogate nest. Penny does not make web anymore. She's old and has had hundreds of babies. I put empty cardboard 2 pieces in with my younger spiders so they'll build hammocks and molting sacks in them. That way when they are done using them, I can remove them for occasions such as this. As older spiders lose ability to web like they used to, they can no longer make hammocks. These surrogate webs make a difference. You can see the change in the spider when they feel the webbing under their little feet. They'll crawl inside and tap their pedipalps happily. They'll move their butt around like they're weaving as if they're contributing to making the web. They'll get comfortable. Penny deserves to spend her final days, weeks, or months in a spider palace. Absolutely 100%. Look at this photo of my rat after I gave him pasta. Oh man, it's Remy, dude. My girl told me how she prayed for a guy like me and 6 days later she met me. Bruh, I prayed for a girl like her and met her years later. I ain't complaining about how she got the express pass and I got stuck with regular admission. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. That's a man who appreciates his wife.
The Redditor who sent me a fancy fountain pen for getting my GED. Thank you so much, Nobed73. It made my day. I want this. I want a fancy pen. I would never use it, but I still want one. Look at that fancy ink bottle too. Look, I would use a pen if it came to me like this, and not in like a cheap pack of 10. A kid in my school learned that my wife and I are having a baby, and used her pocket money to buy us this. Oh, that is one sweet child. See, now you're obliged to name your kid after this person, otherwise you're a terrible person. So apparently sparrows imprint on their caretakers. My friend found a baby, I mean like a moment out of the egg baby, on the ground. He took care of it, and now he is dad. I'm its uncle. Ladies and gents, meet Burb. Hello, Burb! So apparently in Australia, the dolphins are used to people visiting them. They seem to be missing people and have been coming to shore bringing coral to people as an offering. Where the hell is this happening? This is like my own backyard and I didn't even know this was happening. That's no fair. I want a cute, slightly sexually assaulting fish to come give me coral. Stop it, Jack. Don't bring up the predatory behavior of dolphins. It's made me smile, not make me feel uncomfortable. After 7 years of addiction, I finally recovered. Good on you. And might I say, for someone who had 7 years of addiction, you've recovered very well. Of course, all I've got to judge here is by looks. If you're giving kids wedgies on the street though, then, well, I think it's fair to say you're an even awesomer person. An 87 years old woman called the police emergency number in Florence, Italy, saying she was alone and hungry. What is with my speech? Anyway, this was the result. Good on you, Italy. Specifically the police in Italy. Mum paints face to match daughter's facial birthmark to be just as beautiful as her. That is very cute and sweet. I love this. As much as I'd hate to encourage hiding imperfections, I think it would be really sweet if some makeup company were willing to sponsor this kind of girl when she's older, just to help her with her kind of issues with her skin tone. I don't know, if I was running a makeup company, I think that's something I'd like to work towards doing as part of my business. Because if you're gonna make money off people who feel like they have imperfections, you could at least give out to those who actually have legit imperfections. Then again, that's a very broad statement to say, I guess. Because I mean, we all have imperfections to a degree. I mean, fun fact, both my pinkies are deformed and bent inward. Does look weird if I high-five anyone or wave at them, but they also fit perfectly on the sharp keys on the alto saxophone, so, you know, there's I found a benefit to it. After 2 years of steady work, I can finally wear an undershirt around the house without being overwhelmed with shame. I'm smiling under the mask, I swear. Hey, good on you, buddy. You can tell he's genuinely smiling because his eyes are slightly squinted. Fun little face fact there for you. Johnny Depp always travels with his Captain Jack Sparrow costume to make impromptu visits to sick kids in hospitals. With all the drama he's had to recover from over the last few years, I really hope he's still finding time to do this for kids. Granted, I wonder if Captain Jack Sparrow is even a recognized character still these days. But hey, he's doing more for sick kids than I am. During her battle with cancer and after she beat it. People like this are the reasons why I'll never question my body's ability to achieve something. Like, yes, cancer does defeat some people, but then you just get some people who suddenly beat the odds. And most of the time, you can look this stuff up, it's purely just because they had the will to keep going. They didn't focus on the cancer, they focused on what they can do with their lives right now to make their lives fulfilling. I could talk for ages about this kind of stuff, it honestly is so fascinating to me. But I digress. Wonderful work, woman. I'm so glad you're still here with us. You are beautiful. Today, my wife is officially under 200 pounds, and I was finally able to do a chin-up for the first time in my life. Nice work! God, I'm loving these posts today. They're just all uplifting uplifting and motivating. This is the thing we need to realize, especially with people who are trying to lose weight after being at such a large size themselves. If you weigh more, you're going to require more strength and get tired much faster doing exercises than someone like me who only weighs like 79 kilos at the age of 25. So you should never, ever be comparing yourself to someone who might be skinnier than you or larger than you based on what they're doing when they're working out themselves. You should always go to exercise to celebrate what you can achieve, not to shame yourself because you ate an extra cookie today. You can only do 2 pull-ups and 10 push-ups? Great! You can do 2 pull-ups and 10 push-ups. You didn't just do it and get it over with. You achieved that. Don't know where I'm going with this. I've just found that to be a very effective mindset to help me when it comes to going to the gym more often, blah, 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 blah. A while ago, I posted a picture of my son in the hospital smiling at me after a scary situation. Yesterday, he came home 155 days after being born. Aw, look, he's already giving you that look as a teenager would to their parents, like, ugh, really, Dad? You're such an embarrassment. Stop taking photos of me. My best friend and I got tattoos to celebrate 20 years of friendship. Whoa. Meet Maurice. He likes to peek out from under my sweatshirt to make sure I am having a good day. Oh, that is so cute.
Hello, just checking in again. Are you all good? Just about to make some lemon and ginger tea. It's very scrumptious. Would you like some?
The people of Derry, Northern Ireland, in silent protest for George Floyd and the countless others killed through police brutality. We hear you, we stand with you. My mum and dad were T-boned and their truck was totaled. They're looking far too happy about that. This is them with the newest car they've ever owned. Oh, okay, well, that explains it.
We set it up for the insurance.
No, they didn't. There's no proof of that. I got to see my fiance today. After 2 months of being separated by lockdown, they must both be so wholesome for each other right now. But seriously, that is the cutest of cuddles I've ever seen. My parents in 1975 and again in 2020. They've been married and playing music together for over 45 years now. Far out, that is one incredibly aesthetically pleasing looking old photograph. I don't know if that's a real thing to say, but it looks so artsy. I don't know why. It's like that American Gothic portrait thing, but with musical instruments. With love from Syria, we support and sympathize with people suffering police brutality in the US. We surely know how it feels. Far out, this thing has just reached far and wide, hasn't it? They're dealing with post and current civil war issues, and yet they still want to go out of their way to help out with other countries' problems. It says, stop me if you need medical advice. This is in Yemen. Did I say that right? Yemen? Yemen? Yemen. Yemen. Yeah, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again. I feel like this wouldn't work in a more Western country, though, where most of the time people go to the doctors over the smallest things.
Hello, my toe feels funny. I think I'm going to die.
I don't want to take the 5G vaccine. What pills do you recommend to stop it?
Oh, I don't have any problems, doctor. I just wanted to say hi and chat for about 30 minutes, even though you were about 10 patients behind today.
Source, my friend's mother, who is a doctor at the local GP. During the protests in my country, people have helped stray dogs that got caught in the middle of the attack with tear gas, took them to a safe place, and cleaned them. Oh, good boy. Don't know why I'm saying you're the good boy. They're the ones doing the good thing for you, but you're just so cute. After a 2-year battle, I finally beat cancer. Thanks for all the support through these hard times. It feels good to smile again. And now you get the excuse to wear whatever crazy awesome wigs you want. My 6-year-old daughter, she sees what's on the news. We explained what happened to George Floyd and she was mortified. Today she made a sign and is doing her own peaceful protest out in our front yard. I am so proud. A 6-year-old is showing more morality and care for someone than people in their 40s do. Of course, people's beliefs and judgment is heavily influenced by the environment and what they're brought up around, but still, it really makes you think. Dad built a stage right on his driveway to host college graduation for his daughter. That is awesome. And someone's made a smiley face in the sky, though it's looking a little bit deformed there, but A for effort. Please don't talk to me. I have no self-control and will talk to you for 2 hours and get no work done. Hey, it's honest. And hey, the fact he put the sun in his shirt goes to show that, hey, he does have a little bit of self-control after all. We believe in you, sir. You'll get that work done and get that raise. The guy next to me on the train was watching The Office, so naturally I not so subtly watched along. He noticed me watching with him and turned on the subtitles. I hope he knows that I would die for him to BH. Yeah, this is a new tactic that pickup artists use. They watch The Office and wait for people to sit next to them on public transport and then will subtly put on subtitles. And before you know it, they got Twitter posts all about them. They don't even aim to hook up with the person, they just want to get Twitter posts made about them. This is a post with our good old Arnold Schwarzenegger. What was he doing here 7 years ago though? I joined an AMA about a movie. Then I did another AMA about fitness and one where I screamed movie lines you guys requested. By that point I loved the conversation and humor here and people kept tagging me, so I never left. Ah, good guy Arnold. Trump lover? Clinton lover? None of the above? Black, white, red, brown, or some other color? Each woman is a sister here and every man a brother. Let us put our judgments down and love one another. This sign is a good way to test if someone has an Australian or American accent. Bottom-ranked sumo wrestler bursts into tears after winning first championship. Oh, my heart just melts for him. You beautiful, bubbly man. Sorry for the inconvenience. We are trying to change the world. If that ain't the truth. So last night at like 2 a.m, my boyfriend, who thought I was asleep, rolled over, kissed my forehead, and whispered in my ear, "I love you so much. I'm never going to leave, I promise." Excuse me while I cry. Feel free to take that soundbite of me saying that and put it on your phone in the morning whenever you feel sad. Love it when they do that. Do what, move? I love it when they move too. It means they're alive. I gave my 3-year-old 3 M&Ms to have. Without rhyme or reason, she turned around and gave one to her grandmother and one to me. I've done a lot of things wrong in my life, but I tell you, I must be doing something right here. Joke's on you, she just gave you the ones that she didn't like the color of. Ha ha ha! Little boy invites his entire kindergarten class to witness his adoption. They're too small to even, see over the thing properly. That's so cute. Last night, my Uber gave me a menu on what kind of ride I wanted. Oh, well, let's zoom in and have a little look-see here. We've got the stand-up. I tell you about things that are funny, to me at least. From prison stories to other poor life choices I've made. Don't get a lover's name tattooed on you, ever. The silent ride. There's nothing on it. The therapy ride. Got something on your mind? Let me help take it off. Talk to me. The creepy ride. I don't say anything. I just look at you from time to time in the rearview mirror. All creepy-like. The rude ride. I be as rude as possible. Safety comes before anything. Please wear your seatbelt. I have chargers for every type of phone if you need one. Thanks for riding with me. So I work at a photo lab and an elderly woman came up to pay, and after each transaction I asked, "Can I help you find anything else today?" She responded with, $1 million. The elderly man behind her said, "Ma'am, if you want $1 million, just look in the mirror." Her jaw dropped and she was completely spit. Aww. Old man still got the moves. While watching a movie with a boyfriend's family, I fell asleep. In the silence of the film, I passed gas so loudly it woke me up. Everyone heard it. That young man claimed the fart as his own. That's when I knew he loved me. I married him. Today we celebrate 15 years together. No, see, the problem here is now he has something against you. You were at his bidding, else he tells everyone that fart was yours. Every time DeAndre Hopkins scores, he finds his mum, who lost her sight 17 years ago, and gives her the touchdown ball. One of the best traditions in sports. Oh, that is just, my heart. Make me smile, don't make me cry. Whoa, that is one colorful... Is that a real tortoise? That is far too colorful for a real tortoise. That's a fake. That's gotta be fake. But it's so cute. My cat ripped open his favorite toy. This is my grandma sewing it back together. Oh, and the cat's just there eagerly hoping that it'll be okay. It's like a family member waiting outside the surgery room just... Will it be okay, doctor? He's extremely proud of his painting. Oh, good boomer. After a woman was taken to the hospital with hypoglycemia. Wow, I got it right. Low blood sugar. 2 policemen stayed behind to prepare dinner for the 5 kids who were still in the house. Afterwards, they also did the dishes. In Netherlands. I don't know if it's my dark humor, but I'm just imagining a plot twist where, they never actually had 5 kids. They decided to stay back and just have some free food. I volunteer for a dog rescue. We love seeing updates of the dogs in their new homes. This one made me smile. Oh, that is a perfect companionship there. Whoa, I wish I had this costume when I was a little kid. I loved dragons. Who am I kidding? I still do. This man took over 1,000 children of fallen soldiers to Disneyland free of charge. How much money do you have, sir? And thank you for using it in such a positive way. Gonna tell y'all what I can hear now that I got my hearing aids. Birds! They chirp and it's so beautiful. Faraway cow moos. My friend has this in his backyard, and to say I cried is an understatement. Oh, it's a beautiful little waterfall pond. My best friend's singing voice. Chickens. Chicken noise. Me sobbing. The filter for my fish tank. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Oh, this is so sweet. It's such a basic sense that a lot of people have, but you really forget just how beneficial and beautiful it is to have it. Our ability to hear and even see things is such a gift. Just reading this post reminds me of that. Seriously, go outside at some point or go listen to some music and just really listen to it. Appreciate the fact you can hear that. And just imagine what life would be like if you couldn't. My friend lives above a punk bar and sent us this pic of her dog and the regulars. That punk bar should be paying you for all the extra customers they're likely getting because of your dog. Yay, casual selfies. Blind man and his armless best friend planted over 10,000 trees in China. I am his hands. He is my eyes. If this isn't the best friend goal, then I don't know what is. I would not dare challenge these guys to some sort of co-op game. They would just destroy the competition. Oh, there's a casual garbage truck there on the road, and oh, look, they're going for a swing. It's just cute. I bet they thought no one would see them do this. It'll just be a quick 5 minutes, they'll be fine. But now it's on the internet and everyone will see your beautiful cuteness. Have a photo of some people hugging to remind us that not everyone's being a butthead. I work with a guy from Mexico who doesn't speak a lot of English. A Canadian goose made a nest by one of the paddock gates and hissed at him while he was putting horses out. He comes back at us after and says, "I do not like the cobra chicken." Snakes are called danger noodle. We're calling geese cobra chickens. That is a thing now.
This Indian man and I have an identical commute, but we have never spoken to each other. Like, we get onto the same platform spot and everything. I worked from home yesterday, and today he jokingly said, "Where were you?" I was lonely. It was a joke, but I almost cried. I too have a few of these people on my commuter train. I wonder if they missed that weird pink-haired girl on the train when lockdown started. I voluntarily went to a psych hospital program for 2 weeks. I told myself that if I gave it my all, I would reward myself with this necklace. Today, said necklace arrived, but I hadn't ordered it. My little sister did. Aww. This is what a good family unit looks like. This was written by Lego in the 70s. They had the right idea. 2 parents. The urge to create is equally strong in all children, boys and girls. It's imagination that counts, not skill. You build whatever comes into your head the way you want it. A bed or a truck, a doll's house or a spaceship. A lot of boys like doll's houses. They're more human than spaceships. A lot of girls prefer spaceships. They're more exciting than doll's houses. The most important thing is to put the right material in their hands and let them create whatever appeals to them. Lego. In line with this, the company name Lego actually comes from leg godt, which I totally butchered, which is a Danish phrase meaning play well. Seriously, if you want an example of a good wholesome company, Lego. It's one of the reasons it's one of my favorite hobbies. My mom and her friends have been best friends for 40 years now. They call themselves the Sensational Six. They planned this trip to Florida for the 6 of them. Unfortunately, one of them passed due to cancer in April. This is the type of friendship I want to have. Aww. Hot damn, y'all are lucky. I hope y'all know just how awesome your friendship is. My 90-year-old neighbor hasn't walked her dog in years, so I volunteered to do it for her. So proud of Buddy's weight loss. Look at Buddy! Buddy's left eye is a little distracted, but he's really cute. And definitely looking way more in shape. If my son is gay when he's older, I don't want him to tell me. I don't want him to feel like he's announcing news. I don't want him to be scared or nervous. I want him to just bring a boy home and say, "Mom, this is my boyfriend," just like he would with a girl. EmKay logo. Then I shall make them both a cuppa and a sandwich, and I'll ask them how they met. Because that's exactly what I would do with a girlfriend, so why should a boyfriend be any different? This one right here knows how to parent. Why does any of this need to be said? Ever since my niece saw Toy Story, she shouts, "I'm leaving," and then peeks at her room like this. Oh my god. When I was a kid, I had a really hard time separating movie reality from actual reality, so I'd see a movie and be convinced that everything I just saw was real. This is 175% something I would do. My daughter and her granddad had a tea party today, and this man even put a suit jacket on for her. This is an excellent grandfather. I only hope to be half as good of a grandparent as this, if and when I ever grow up. I am 74 years young and had this done to my hair today. I love it. What do you all think? And be honest. In my profession, I had to be conservative and never could have had anything like this. Tiny story. The first time I had my hair really professionally dyed, I was considering a bunch of options. Some were streaks, some were single color, stuff like that. And one of the options on the table was galaxy hair, which is a triple color, blue, purple, and pink. And I was gonna choose a very conservative, fade look. And somebody at work told me, if you're gonna get your hair dyed, go nuts. And at the last minute, I decided to get galaxy hair. And I've had crazy hair ever since. And I fully recommend it. I bet you people will not care as much as you think they will. Unless your work policy specifically forbids it, go for it. I got my dog when I had major depression. Taught him to get me out of bed every day. The depression is long gone, but he still wakes me up. Today, he wedged himself between me and my pillow because I slept in a little bit. Couldn't ask for a better friend. Oh my god! We don't deserve dogs! Sorry. Sorry, yes, professional. Oh my god. Y'all do not understand how much Lexi loves animals. Well, you probably do. You've all seen blessed images. A shark can hear a struggling fish from up to 800 feet away. Honey, we can't afford groceries this week, but at least we could afford your father's pills. Hi, I'm Bruce. And I brought groceries. Michelle and Barack are nothing but relationship goals. That is all. Thank you for your time. Oh my god, every morning he waits for her and they go out for a walk. Okay, this is very cute. And I kind of can't handle it. At 16, my guidance counselor told me I wasn't good enough at math to go into the space field. Just received my undergrad diploma in applied mathematics, and in 2 weeks, I start working on my master's in space sciences and engineering. Follow your gut and do the thing. Yes. I mainly believe in this because my birth parents did similar crap. I wanted to go into robotics or computer engineering. They thought I wouldn't be able to see well enough because of my vision impairment. And now I work in network engineering and infrastructure design. So, that is my very mature response. Anyway, enough story times for me. OP is awesome, congratulations, and absolutely go kick it in space. When I was 12, I babysat this girl for a few years, and she would come to me and show me her art, drag me by the wrists, and point at the pieces she'd made during the week. And she'd be like, do the voice. And I'd put on a sports announcer Olympic style voice and be like, such form, this level of coloring. Why, I haven't seen such perfection in Crayola in a long time. And what is this? Why, Jeff, now this is a true risk. It seems she's made a monochrome pink canvas. I haven't seen this attempted since winter of 1932. And I gotta say, Jeff, it is absolutely splendid. And she'd fall back giggling. At the end of every night, she'd check with me. Did you really like it? And I'd say yes, and talk about something I noticed and tucked her in. She was just accepted into 3 major art schools. She wrote me a letter. Inside was a picture from when she was younger, monochrome pink. Thank you, it said, to somebody who saw the best in me. Oh, my heart. This is just pure parental pride. 99% happy, 1% jealous. 2 guys were bothering me while I was pumping gas, and an older man walked up pretending to be my dad, told me to get in the car, and finish pumping my gas for me. When the guys left, he told me he hopes someone would do the same for his daughter. That man is an angel. We need more of him in the world, and we need less of the 2 guys. I don't know what the original post is, but the file name alone is just meeting a hero, and that just makes me so warm and fuzzy. My teenager made me so proud tonight with a simple gesture. I have 4 boys ranging from ages 3 to 14. Tonight, the 3-year-old was very tired, which of course makes him resistant to bedtime. Child logic. As I was carrying him past my oldest door, which is perpetually closed, he asked to see his big brother. I knocked and asked my oldest if he would talk to his baby brother. This aloof, too cool for everything teenager got up and held his baby brother and comforted him, rocking and talking to him until he was calm enough to accept his own bed. In a house normally full of chaos and bickering, I saw in this small gesture that there is real love between these brothers, despite the significant age gap. Dr. Patricia Bath restored sight to millions of people suffering from cataracts, thanks to her invention of a laser phaco probe? Sure, we're going with that. She was also the first African-American to complete a residency in ophthalmology, and the first African-American female doctor to receive a medical patent. Look at you go! Good for you! The legally blind community salutes you. Salute to the doctors who do some amazing freaking work. I will always be impressed by and have nothing but respect for doctors, and I will always be slightly scared of them in hospitals. I'm so sorry. Pictures of my son looking at me are primarily my favorite. I'll fight to protect this smile. Aww, that is a cute little grin. Dad, can I use your tools? You bet. That's going to end poorly. Oh, I disagree. I think it will start poorly, but who knows how it will end. Smash, bang, crash. Just finished fixing the roof, Dad. Thanks, sweetie. I've actually seen this before, and I still love it every single time I see it. I just finished this fort for my son so he could look at trucks out the window. Now he can hang out with his best friend. Oh my god, for a second I thought the windows were like normal size. That dog was massive. Still a pretty big doggo. Baby elephant cuddling with an ostrich. Baby elephant cuddling with an ostrich. Baby elephant cuddling with an ostrich. That's all you need to know. That's it. That's it. That's the post. Go forth with this image and be happy. Steve Irwin's daughter, Bindi, is expecting. I hope I got that name right. Oh my god, that's an adorable way to announce it. That's really cute. Oh, hello. Just 2 friends. After giving birth during the explosion in Beirut, Mama and his son are healthy. happy. Oh my god. That's horrifying. Oh god. I'm glad they're okay. Wow. Oh my god, he's so cute. This involuntarily made me smile. Reddit, you did your job. Well done. I, 24 male, straight, painted my nails for the first time 2 weeks ago. Loved it so much, I've been keeping them painted since then. I know how to feel handsome and attractive when I want to, but this is the first time I've ever felt pretty. Look at you rocking that. I approve. Painted nails should not be like a gendered thing. Also, get gels. They'll last at least 2 weeks. Is it? Oh, well done. Well done to whatever museum employee snuck this in. The difference a day can make for a rescue dog. What? Again, we do not deserve dogs. They're just so happy and forgiving and just wonderful creatures. A man took his cat camping for the first time and gave it the full experience. Oh my god, the cat looks so happy. It has a tiny campfire. Oh my god. Sorry. My human calls me Hugo. My human calls me Huxley, get down. Huxley, drop it. Huxley, I'm serious. Stop it. Huxley, be gentle. Huxley? Well, we clearly know which one is the favorite here. 10 years later, they met again after the pic went viral. That is absolutely glorious. Dude from Comcast fell asleep during my install, and I deadass let him sleep because bro needed it. Man, you are a legend. I hope he didn't get in trouble for taking too much time on that call, but I know that feeling. I've fallen asleep on my keyboard. It is currently 2:32 a.m. Sometimes there's just a lot going on. What's your dirty little secret? I secretly watch my friend's streams and support him without him knowing by using a different account. He gets very few viewers, so I talk to him throughout the stream to keep his spirits up. I used to run a bunch of Twitch communities, mainly focusing on getting new streamers off the ground. And this is true friendship. This is amazingly wholesome. Frankie on 6/29/17 and Frankie 2 years later. Oh, he looks so much happier. Why are y'all digging stuff? No, wholesome video. We're gonna leave that. Look, you may think you're cool, but you're not kid with a llama both wearing sunglasses cool. Personal win before in 2012 as a drug addict and after 2018 as a college graduate with a major in chemistry. You can do it. Look at you rocking that. So proud of you, man. Now go rock science things. Chemistry, yes. I know muchly about no, I really don't. I hope there are days when your coffee tastes like magic, your playlist makes you dance, strangers make you smile, and the night sky touches your soul. I hope you fall in love with being alive again. This is my grandpa/dad. I'm adopted by my grandparents. He survived bacterial meningitis, and the doctors were 99% sure he was going to die. He is the nicest and funniest guy I know, and he would do anything for me. Every time he does something, I smile, because he means so much to me. Aww, he looks like a really happy guy. I made that a rule for myself when my first kid was born. I will always give them my full focus. Gets a little annoying sometimes, but I'd rather my kids run into the room excited to show me something too often than not at all. Edit, since this is getting me more attention than I expected, I'll throw in another thing I did. When my daughter was young, 2 to 3, I'd have her sit on my lap while I played a game on the computer. While I'm doing my thing, I'd ask stuff like, can you find something blue on the screen? Can you point to something that is circle-shaped? Did the same thing with my son, who is 2 years younger. You can always find a way to engage your kids in what you're doing, even if it's just narrating what's happening to them. Bless you, man. This person is an absolute saint. I'm not sure whether or not I would actually have the patience for that. Memento Mori ring. England, late 17th to early 18th century. You could put a Skittle in there. Wouldn't a ring like this meant to be used to carry a little poison? Alright, but consider you could put a Skittle in there. I like the way this person thinks. My sister did her first tattoo. Honored it was on me. So proud. Oh hell, that's really good. For a first tattoo, that's like a whole bunch of different techniques. Well done. This kitten smiling bigger than the little girl for a photo, 1955. Oh my god, both of them are adorable. I will build the best sandcastle in the galaxy. He's got my vote. I know this is a repeat, but I really love it. I was always teased for my different eye shape and my nose size and shape, but I realized, you know what? I am me. Looking like everyone else is boring anyways. What's wrong with your what's wrong with your nose? What crap do people have to pick on each other? Seriously? She's gorgeous and there are people out there picking on her? Hot damn, they're just jealous. Happy sweet 16 to my best kitty, Ming. Have to say, I did not see kitty coming down that sentence. Everyone should get a car for their 16th, so I made him one. Please, someone come get me out of this house. I've clearly been in lockdown too long. Okay, that might be the case, but that is the best cat-sized Jeep I have ever seen. So, I count this as a giant win. Ming, however, looks somewhat unimpressed. But you know, teenagers. Somehow I've lucked out and have an 8-year-old who thinks secretly reading under the covers past her bedtime is an act of rebellion. And it hasn't yet occurred to her that the flashlights never seem to run out of batteries. Controlling parents of the world. This is how it's done. Do better. It's my brother's 25th birthday, and his boyfriend surprised him with a triple gooberberry sunrise. Oh, that's adorable. Look at his face. He's so shy. This is an excellent use of tattoos, and I fully endorse it. Absolutely rockin'. Mother of blind university student received an honorary law degree for reading aloud her daughter's lecture notes for 4 years. Oh, that is rockin'. Blind community represent. This kid has his Pokemon card collection stolen right out of his hands. So after his shift, a local police officer went home to gather his collection to give it to him. Everyone liked that. This gives me hope in the world. I grew up without a dad. Last week, I made the front page of our local paper for being one. Aw, that's fantastic. Well done. My dad, a racist hillbilly, told me he didn't want anything to do with my biracial daughter when I was pregnant. Here he is, painting her toenails on her 3rd birthday. Proof people can change. Good, I'm glad he came around. This tiny Jin Urso went to the Star Wars convention and handed out copies of the Death Star plans to every Leia she saw. You left out the best part. She left the last one at Carrie Fisher's memorial. Oh, that one hurts. My girlfriend just started her career, is completely broke, and has carpal tunnel from working 12 hours a day on a computer. Today on our walk, we found this office chair sitting on the sidewalk, and the armrests have instantly helped her carpal tunnel and completely made her day. Aw, yay! Yeah, take care of your wrists. Carpal tunnel can be really awful. Someone left me $250 in cash in an envelope on my door, and I was confused, wondering who left it. Then I got a text message from this guy on my complex, who's a single dad. I always cook way too much food, so instead of me wasting it, I just give it to him and his kids. He sent me a text message saying that the days I would leave him food were the days he struggled to feed his kids, and I had no idea. I was just trying to not waste my good cooking, but he said he just got a big promotion at work and received a big bonus, and I was the first person he thought of. He said I was an angel in his life, and I didn't even know it. And my sensitive ass can't stop crying. I had no clue that man was struggling to feed his kids, but it was on my heart to give him the food. You never know what people are going through, so if it's on your heart to do something nice for someone, just do it. You don't always have to know the full story. We all need help sometimes and have too much pride to ask. I don't judge anyone for their struggles, but all I know is my ass can't stop crying. That really touched my soul. I only have a minute, 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, I did not choose it, but I know that I must use it. Give account if I abuse it, suffer if I lose it. Only a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. You've got this. Remember, all those poems we recited together in 2nd grade? It was prep for this moment. You've got this. Miss Jacobs, is that you? Yes, I do remember the poems we recited in 2nd grade. You prepared me perfectly for this moment. Thank you for teaching me, encouraging my growth, and believing in me as a child. Been exchanging fat for muscle slowly but consistently for 3 years now. Best investment I've ever made for myself. Happy health. Look at you go. Holy crap, you're ripped. That is rockin'. Well done. When you are hugging a child, always be the last one to let go. You never know how long they need it. Quote from a retired Disney princess who was one of the first Snow Whites. Oh my god, that's really adorable. I mean, as a child, I was scared of all the mascots, but that's a really cute statement. Before and after photos from donating my hair to Angel Hair for Kids, where they make wigs for kids beating cancer. My friend, who also donated his hair, and I have also raised over $8,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society. Well done, both of you. That is absolutely awesome, and that takes forever to grow. You've made some kids very happy. My mom saved my dress all these years just for this moment right here. Aww. And your mom is now a grandparent. Texas teacher wears same hairstyle as student who didn't believe she really liked her hair. Aww, that's adorable. 17-year-old refugee, a name I will not butcher because I'm terrible at pronunciation, refused to leave his puppy, Rose, in Syria and carried her more than 300 miles to safety in Greece. Everyone liked that. Aslan, take this energy and use it for everything else in the rest of your life. We need more people like you. Bridger Walker is the 10-year-old boy who rescued his younger sister from an attacking German shepherd. He suffered 90 bites all over his body, but saved his 3-year-old sister from certain death, saying, "If anyone should die, it's me, I'm the older brother." After his heroics, the World Boxing Council, WBC, recognized him for a day as a world heavyweight champion. It was officially entered on the WBC register that he was the best fighter in the world for one day. Holy crap, dude, that is insane. Best brother ever. Battled through depression and suicidal thoughts to make it here today. Still going, still fighting. Well done. I promise, it gets better. Takes a while, but it gets better. He made this at his doggy daycare. It's perfect! Put it on the fridge immediately. I am vegan. My dog, however, I feed him the dog food recommended by the vet, and it is mostly meat-based, and every Friday I buy him a steak and cook it on the grill. And he sits at the table with me and he eats his steak. I love my dog, and I would not force my diet on him. He is my boy, and I love him. 1, this is adorable. 2, you are a wonderful owner. 3, do not put dogs on vegan diets. It is not good for them. Thank you. Decided to go back to school for my master's degree after doubting myself for so long. Good for you! Congratulations! So glad you graduated. I had to work overnight last night, and while taking a nap today, I was vandalized. I have a picture and have detained the 2 suspects, but one is not cooperating. The only one who can speak blames it on the 4-legged suspect, who has no hands to pull off such a stunt. Thanks to my neighbor for pointing out that I have marker all over my face when I took the 4-legged suspect for a walk before I realized that I was vandalized. Well, it sounds like you've got a very good handle on the case, so I'm glad you've got a suspect and everything lined up. But on the plus side, Kratos cosplay? After a 12-year hiatus and multiple New Year's resolution attempts, my father has finally gotten back into watercolor painting. This is his 6th complete painting in the last 30 days, unnamed but described as practicing trees. Excellent job. Could not be more proud of people that go out and make more stuff. Like seriously, it doesn't matter how good or terrible or amazing or awful it is. Just make stuff. It only gets better. My cat forgets what a Christmas tree is every year, and it's wonderful. The story. That's about what I look like every time the Christmas tree is set up too. Yo, I've seen her before. This is absolutely rad, and I love it. Cosplay is for all ages. He came into the gaming shop I used to run the database for. I was working in the back, and the sales staff were so excited / shy, they were hiding from him. Someone came to get me. I thought they were kidding. Robin Williams is here. And I asked him what I could do for him. He asked where our Warhammer stuff was. He bought a couple Elder sets. He was really nice and funny and sweet to everyone in the store. I pointed out all of the sales staff was hiding from him, trying not to be awkward fans, and he encouraged everyone to come out and meet him and let us all take pictures. He stayed for quite a while, swapped D&D stories with me, and laughed at my jokes. Then he asked for directions to the local bike shop and drove away. Here's a picture of us. Oh my god! Robin Williams was totally a huge nerd? I did not know this, and I am much happier for knowing it.
Elephants' brains react to humans the same way that humans' brains react to puppies. They think we are cute. My life has had no greater joy than knowing elephants think I'm cute. So just focus on that and the fact that dogs' brains light up the same way ours do when we see cute dogs when they see humans. Hello, doggy. Oh, hello, human. You're such a cute human. I just saw a Reddit post by someone with extreme anxiety asking how to order a sandwich at Subway because they've never tried it. And someone replied and wrote out a step-by-step instructions without being snarky or judgmental, and it's the kindest, sweetest thing I've seen in months. Also, props to that person with extreme anxiety who actually go out of the way and ask that question on a post. The fact they risked doing that and someone responded positively as a result, that's going to slowly help them improve their anxiety issue by making them realize that, you know, there's a chance where things won't actually go as horrible as they fear they could. Who are you guys? We're free Americans. Cops and less likely to try and tread on people's rights when there are other armed Americans with them. So we figured it's about time someone heavily armed redneck stood with fellow citizens. I figured before there were cops, there were just Americans. So bottom line, justice for Floyd, and I hope they stop looting at some point. Props to these guys. They acknowledge the fact that there are some bad people of their own, type and demeanor, but they're still trying to do what they can to help those who need it. It's always nice and refreshing to see these kind of people stand up and show that they exist. Church of Christ. God does not accept homosexuality, so we don't either. Purposely reading that in a masculine flamboyant voice because screw that church. Fun fact, me in the white shorts. Oh! Fun fact, me in the grey shorts kissing the cutest boy in the world. Hey, that's not me! But it can be. I am Tony, with an I, just the one, and I've recently been diagnosed with cancer for the 3rd time. This time it's likely to be incurable, so I am making preparations to die at age 30. Ask me anything. What is your favorite flower? I was planning on doing some gardening, and I'd like to plant something in your honor. Also, can you find my cat Fizzgig and tell her she was a very good girl and we miss her? Thanks. I will pet all the animals I can if this is a possibility. That will be a huge silver lining on everything and something I will look forward to. My favorite flowers are roses or lilies. Probably, but I love most flowers. If you would like to plant something for me, then plant something for the bees, please. They need them more than I do. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, you tell him, kid. Say it loud and proud. This is so cute. Bit scared for the kid to be protesting at that age and that environment. Who knows what they could be protesting about. But, regardless, it is a very cute kid, and I think this is adorable, and the kid's probably just wanting to have some fun too. So, hey, what's wrong with it? Hey, guys. Hey, look at that. Look, it's punk rock. I'm not even a dad and I held this power. A tweet post by Jim Carrey. Brilliant black minds gave me a shot in Hollywood when none of the white guys thought I could connect or be a leading man. I got my first starring role, Ace Ventura, because of In Living Color. Forever grateful. Well, if that ain't some beautiful history I'm glad I'm now aware of. My grandfather passed away today. Last night all he wanted to do was to have one last beer with his sons. By far gonna be one of the most wholesome ways to go. Rest in peace, dude. Oh man, too many of these are getting sad. I want happy ones. Make me feel good, not sad. My little sister keeps telling us she wants to be a boy, so my parents went out and bought her boy clothes, and look how happy she is. Oh, that is cute. As a very comfortable hetero male, when I was about 3 or 4 years old, I remember kind of like sulking that I wanted to wear a ballerina and tutu outfit like my cousins and sister was wearing, so I could dance around like a fairy too. I also remember stealing my sister's dolls and playing in her dollhouse, as well as getting upset when she wouldn't let me play with her nail polish stuff when she wanted to play with it. Then came high school when my parents were surprised to find out I had a girlfriend for the first time. But basically, I remember only wanting to dress up in that tutu or play with my sister's stuff because I was the younger brother, I was the younger kid. I wanted everything my sister had. So encouraging kids to play with things or wear things that might not be what their gender in society tells you to wear doesn't make you a bad parent or anything like that. It's just their kid exploring stuff. Let your kids explore. Oh, but if we do that, then our kids will be more comfortable expressing themselves around us and feel more trusting environment when they want to speak to us about things. Oh, the horror! I saw this beautiful man holding a phone with both hands looking at the screen, smiling. I was drawn by his joy and asked for a photo. He agreed, telling me he was talking to his wife back home. I asked if it was a video call. He said, no, but I see your name on the screen. That is very sweet, but dude, look at the car behind him. That is a beast. Sorry, I'm being distracted by a fancy car. Wholesome story, so just nice car. Got to take my baby sister to her first daddy-daughter dance the other night. Sorry you don't have a dad, but I'll always be there for you. Man, you're gonna be such a great older brother that her standards are gonna be way too high for all the guys she'll try and date when she gets older. Like, they'll be pathetic compared to the maturity and respect that you give her. I can't believe I'm 66 and still protesting this. One thing I'll always love about protests is how creative some people's signs get. In my experience, you will never find a group of folks more open and accepting than metalheads. A true metalhead is always looking to share their love of metal with anyone. They don't care about your skin color, religion, political allegiance. All metalheads are outcasts at one point or another, and they know how terrible that is. A true metalhead picks you up when you slip in the mosh pit. They make you crash on their couch instead of let you drive home when you've had too many. They check up on you when you go radio silent. They celebrate your accomplishments and console you in your defeats. When you've got a metalhead for a friend, you've got a friend for life. I look at this photo and it's a nice just reminder that this world is getting better. Obviously, with the fact this stuff is happening, that things need to be revised and fixed and changed for the better, but it is getting better. And it is only getting better because of these kind of people wanting to make a difference. I just feel like sometimes we need a reminder that change is happening. As much as you might constantly hear in the media of all these horrible things that are happening, there are good things happening in the world slowly over time. And if this doesn't make as much of an impact as we'd hope, doesn't mean we give up, doesn't mean we failed, it's just feedback. The moment we try again, it becomes feedback. The The moment you give anything another go, you turn failure into feedback. And therefore, you're no longer a failure. You're just someone who's having another go. Speaking of news, quadruplets, a 1 in 180 million story. A cow has apparently defied great odds and given birth to 4 calves that have been named Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Moo. Genius whoever named them. More cute hugs in very nice red high heels. Got some style there. In 2017, a dog named Odin refused to leave his flock of goats behind during the California Tubbs fire as his owners fled to safety. Days later, the owners came back to their property to find Odin survived and managed to keep all the goats alive. The goats, Odin is with us! 7-year-old throws personal prom for babysitter after hers was cancelled. Because that's what heroes do. This boy's smart. He knows how to get extra dessert treats from his babysitter. Doodlebug is an orphaned baby kangaroo. Oh, I know this one! That was found abandoned on the side of the road when he walked up to a human, held out his arms, and asked to be picked up. His rescuer later gave him a teddy bear, and he wouldn't stop hugging it. Community coming together to clean up in South Minneapolis. Didn't work. Of course, the media won't show you this part, though. Exactly, because we're actually less attentive to things that we don't consider dangerous to our life and well-being. It's why you'll get a better reaction about a question if you make an absurd and wrong statement than actually ask the question. Lady Gaga took a photo with and gave money to a homeless man. He said, "But I smell," and she said, "Don't worry, I smell too." I hope that guy's doing okay. Fun family story. When my aunt was marrying her wife, everyone was really excited, but also dreading it because my aunt is known for her insanely long speeches, so everyone knew her vows would be like 9 hours long. So when it came time for her to say her vows, she had a ton of cue cards in her hands, and even her wife started groaning, and my aunt took a deep inhale and then unraveled all the cue cards, which were taped together, and they all just read "hot damn" in giant letters, and those were my aunt's vows. Today on things that didn't happen. Do really people believe this stuff? Sure, this is totally true. And now, since I officially have permission to use this photo, look at that! Evidence! Actual proof the story occurred. And a nice signature in caps lock. I could tell it was a true story because no one was clapping at the end. What looks like to be a veteran saying, "I didn't fight for this country to watch my black brothers and sisters be murdered in the streets. You have my respect, sir." In 1969, when black citizens were still not allowed to swim in community pools alongside white people, Mr. Rogers invited a black police officer on the show and asked him to join in and cool his feet in a small plastic pool, breaking a well-known color barrier. Oh, but people didn't know any better back in the day. That's just how society was. And yet here's Mr. Rogers literally fighting against that stubborn thought, not including the thousands of other examples of people who were trying to stand up against this stuff back in the day. It's almost as if your age doesn't excuse your mindset. We said Black Lives Matter. Never said only Black Lives Matter. We know all lives matter. We just need your help with Black Lives Matter, for Black lives are in danger. I know some people in the comments are going to be like, there's far too many Black Lives Matter posts in this video today. And look, I hear you out. Sometimes it gets a bit annoying and overwhelming and you're like, all I'm doing is watching these videos and constantly being reminded of this issue and like, I can't do anything right now. I'm just sitting here watching a YouTube video. Please stop telling me how much of the society is terrible and blah, 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 blah. But understand, person who feels a bit stressed out from this whole issue. You don't need to be doing something 24/7. You just need to be aware. And once you're truly aware, you're going to notice areas or moments where you'll have a chance to stand up for someone who is suffering this kind of issue. But you're not a terrible, horrible, racist person just because you don't have the energy to do that kind of thing. However, people still have the right to call you a butthole if you're trying to brush the issue under the rug and act like it's not a big deal. You just need to understand where they're coming from. Because when you understand, you'll realize why there needs to be change. Dear Flat 4, thank you for playing the piano so beautifully. It has given us a great deal of peace in this stressful time. Best regards, Flat 2, smiley face. Ooh, glad they don't live next to me, otherwise they would not have a nice time. I have a confession to make. I would not know John Bon Jovi if he walked in this building. I cannot name a single song he has ever recorded. It's not that I don't like him or his music, I've just never really been exposed to it. This superstar is washing dishes at one of his JBJ Soul Kitchen restaurants that feed the homeless. They're still cooking, still making food for those in need during these uncertain times. And instead of disappearing to wait out the pandemic in a fancy penthouse somewhere, John Bon Jovi is showing up to be a dishwasher. Now that's what it means to be a rock star. Proof right here that we're only attentive to things that are negative in our mindset, such as pompous rich celebrities going crazy in their penthouses. But I'm glad by you watching this video, you're more aware of good people like John Bon Jovi trying to do their part regardless of their already huge success. It's a horse sitting. What else can you want? And here we have a dog just being a lizard. It's changing its entire species. Some lucky photographer in California captured a hummingbird sharing a water fountain with 4 bumblebees. The literal description of this photo when it's ever at some fancy art gallery where things are worth millions of dollars should just be, you will never see any photo like this in the world. For 13 years, we pretended to be cousins so we could rent a home together. We were told, keep curtains drawn so neighbors don't know what you are. We recently bought our own home. Now we voluntarily tell neighbors we are partners. It's time LGBT LGBTQ families are normalized too. Oh, I'm really glad they're feeling comfortable enough to come out like that. You forget that despite in your own bubble, things like this might be considered accepted and like there's no issues about it whatsoever, that there are people out there who are still suffering these kind of problems. Here we have a good cop being a good cop, and some more good cops being good cops. Seriously, with all the proof and evidence of how corrupt some police precincts are, you'd have to be pretty arrogant as a cop to try and be completely against the idea of fixing up the police issues. Recently, I logged into my old Minecraft account and found that the server I played on with my friends was still active. I had last played on it 5 years ago and I wanted to see if my builds were still there. I checked and they were still there untouched. Then I looked around the map and saw the build I forgot about. It was a statue me and my Minecraft bestie built of us out of stone. I'd forgotten about it and I almost cried. I wanted to see if my friend was still on his old Facebook account and I sent a message. He responded. I found out that he had kids now and he is 28 now. I saw that he lived only an hour's drive away. We decided to meet up again after losing touch with each other. I got to meet his kids and his wife and his Shiba, and he got to meet my wife as well, and now we frequently hang out. I never would have imagined that logging into my old account would lead to that. Oh, now that right there is a good, wholesome post. Okay, if you're not paying your photographer triple for this beautiful shot, I don't know what you're doing. Left, me completely broken, 93 pounds, living on the streets, living in fear, in pain, addicted to meth and heroin, and ready for my life to finally end. I had endocarditis twice from using, and I had a hole in my heart. My mum took that picture when she went to rescue me. Right, I took this picture tonight. Didn't care about angles, just wanted to show my happiness. 9 months clean. I fought hard for months in the hospital, survived heart surgery, gained 40 pounds, got a place to live, and I have my family and my 2 cats that help me. I've posted the before pic a lot, but my story is important. Recovery is possible, and it is worth it. Girl, you're wonderful. On one hand, I think it's beautiful, the fact that you could look at her, like, on the day-to-day average, and you wouldn't even tell she's been through hell. But on the other hand, I could imagine it might be really weird and awkward if someone approached her or was treating her like as if she was someone who hasn't been through this kind of hell before. So thanks for this post. I hate you. Oh, why do you hate me? I'd really like to hear the reasoning behind women who won't take their husband's last name.
Because my last name is Best!
Yeah, without question, I would take her last name. Come on. Who wouldn't want an awesome last name? What, you want to lose Best and replace it with something like Jackson? Ugh, Emily Jackson, how boring. No offense to those out there who with last names are Jackson. The Karens doing their part to stop the violence.
Karens against police brutality. I'd like to speak to the manager of systemic racism, please.
She went from Karen to Karen. I'm worried about black people not getting treated equally. I support the police being prosecuted for any crime they commit. I'm afraid of my black neighbors. Potential to be unfairly stopped and detained in front of their own home. I don't see color because I am physically colorblind, but I see, hear, and honor the lived experiences of people of color in this country and will work for a more just society. I almost lost it at the Disney store today. Why? I watched a father very firmly tell his little boy, "No, you can't have that Rapunzel dress." The boy was near tears until his dad continued, "That one's way too small. Let's find your size." Eventually, the little boy decided against the dress and, with his dad's blessing, picked out a tiara instead because it's better for every day. Exactly what I was talking about before. Let your kids explore, they'll become far more comfortable and trusting of you as a parent. Wife shares hilarious selfie of husband fainting during childbirth. Yeah, this is why I could never be in the room. I know it would be too much for me. I'd freak out. My client had a hole in the side of the house. I was supposed to fill it, repair it. I got up on the ladder 12 feet up and knocked to see if anyone was home. Silent came the reply from the hole in the house. So I inserted the foam tube and felt something soft make contact with the end of the tube. Then out came a very upset house sparrow and slammed into my face. I nearly died today. Then she flew over to the nearest tree branch, obviously upset that I didn't fall to my death. So I stuck the corner of my phone on the hole and snapped a video. Discovered this. 5 eggs. Told the client I can't fill the hole. Need to wait for the eggs to hatch and for them to all leave the nest. Then I can fix the hole. So in order to keep rain from getting in the hole, I did this. Then you can build them a little perch for the outside too so they can sit outside and enjoy the nice shade. But seriously, that's really sweet that they did this. A deer entered one of the shops in Colorado. The shop owner gave him some chocolate biscuits and chocolate. He came out of the store and returned half an hour with all his family members. Look at him just standing there waiting like, "Hey, so I told my mates about your store, eh?" A tweet from Twitter. "You up, NASA? Hey, Twitter, what's up? Tweeting from Earth. What's up with you? Nice. We love Earth. Just look at it. How's the Wi-Fi up there? And also, what's your favorite space snack? Wi-Fi is pretty decent. Some of our NASA astronauts can tweet from up there. Favorite snack? Launch meat. So, Mars? Obvi. Our NASA Persevere rover is launching there in July. Watch with us. It's a date." Bet you didn't realize this whole thing was just a promotion, did ya? That's called creative advertising, children. My parents left Afghanistan when I was less than a month old, seeking taking refuge in the Netherlands. They moved from one country to another so that their children could get the education they never received. I worked 3 jobs freshman fall, my mental health tumbling alongside my GPA. I've delivered laundry, flipped burgers, cleaned dorms, stocked shelves, ushered for events. I am a Sikh, I am Afghan, I am a refugee, I am a first-gen student, and from today, I am a graduate at Harvard. Massive flippin' respect, man. Uncle: what are you doing during the lockdown? Me: I'm learning to play piano. You? Uncle: I built Getaway to the Imagination in my backyard. Just casually build an incredible piece of art. Since you all love my Uncle David so much, here he is with his husband, my other Uncle David, who makes an amazing butterscotch raspberry pudding. Dude, that looks beautiful. Oh my god, I want one. Your Uncle David is married to your Uncle David, and they are both wearing roughly the same flannel plaid shirt, and they both have wonderful shaggy white hair, and it is awesome. It's the same shirt. They've been wearing matching outfits since the 90s, so they just buy everything in doubles. That is astounding. How can such lovely people exist in this grimy world? This sweet little boy has been having a hard time since his pop passed away. He's been praying for a little stuffy of Pop's that he can carry around with him. He chose this photo and also requested that Pop be holding a fish. I love what I do, and I love that it matters. That is some beautiful doll work there. Racism isn't born, it is taught. Oh, it really is. My mum did her own march since none of her friends wanted to join her. Either you have busy friends or you need better friends. I'm a Michigan photographer who attended a protest yesterday. While taking photos, these two asked if they could try. I showed them how the camera worked and held onto the strap in case it was too heavy. These are their images. These kids are having way too fun with the photos. Look at them. Oh, that is cute. Now I know some people are going to say, these people look far too young to be going to a protest. But the reality is, sure, if the protest gets out of hand and they do get hurt, the people who hurt them should be punished for it. Blame the people who become violent. Don't blame the kids for just wanting to stand up for their own humanity.
This single dad adopted a teen abandoned at the hospital. I knew I had to take him. This man looks so amazingly wholesome and wonderful, and also, who abandons a child at a hospital? I hope whoever abandoned this child ends up in a hospital. No, actually, no, I'm gonna keep this wholesome. After 1 year living in a truck, I got an apartment. Life is good. Oh, good job, friend. Welcome home. I'm a teacher, and my students noticed that I wasn't myself for a while. I was in a bad place emotionally. They knew that I was a fan of Billie Eilish, and one of them drew this masterpiece. I would love for her amazing art to be seen by as many people as possible, as it still makes me smile. Holy crap, that is amazing. That is some real fracking talent. If there's anybody listening to this video in the background, flip over to this tab and look at the screen. It's worth it, I promise. This is Nellie. She's an astronaut. Please don't interrupt her spacewalk. 13 out of 10. That's one small boop for the pup, one giant boop for pupkind. This is so cute. Two of my favorite things, space and cute animals. My brother is a low-functioning Downsy. He used to love to hold babies, but it's rare someone lets him now. My wife and I let him hold our baby today, and here is the look when we gave her to him. And then the way he held her without movement for 5 minutes. I almost cried. Oh, you can tell from the look on his face. Oh. I'm sorry, you're going to be hearing that noise a lot. I was 9 years old, waiting for the school bus in Wisconsin winter. I had a thin coat, no hat or gloves. A woman driving past saw me and stopped, giving me a blanket from the back of her car. It was a long, skinny one, so she wrapped it around my head and shoulders like a big scarf. I remember thanking her, but being confused. I told her I didn't know how I would give it back when I was done borrowing it. She hugged me and said not to worry. I still have that blanket. Had a Bob Ross painting party for my birthday. Love my friends. Best day ever. This sounds like some wonderful freaking wholesome party stuff, and you definitely have some perfectly happy little friends. This is incredible. Mother passed away 9 years ago, and she mentioned she'd be a yellow butterfly one day. For 9 years, I have been mesmerized every time I see one, but I have never been close enough to touch one. Today, this happened. Happy Mother's Day, Mama. Oh, it's just like hanging out. And it happened on Mother's Day. That's so freaking adorable. This dude, a total stranger, went to Advance Auto Parts with me and is fixing it for me. Aw, that is a mechanic road warrior if I have ever seen one. To the woman in the parking lot that just asked me if I was Carrie Underwood, You officially made my day. Your day? That lady just made my whole life. I love the celebrity wholesome stories. I don't know why, they just make me happy. This is Carter. He knocked on my door to ask if he could have a banana, then left. I think this depends on where you live, because if you're in New York City and someone knocks on your door asking for food, you would probably initially be a little bit suspicious. But if you're out in the suburbs or out in the middle of nowhere and someone comes to your door craving potassium, yeah, sure, here's a banana. How can people say cats don't have feelings? Like, when my cat got deadly sick, she refused to eat a single thing, and it had been days, but when I started crying, she ate just a little bit, and upon seeing how happy it made me, kept doing it whenever she could. Now, whenever I'm sad or crying, she finds wherever I am with a mouthful of food and eats the pieces one by one, every time looking up at me, making sure I was watching her eat it all because she knew it made me happy. And it does make me happy. Oh God, this subreddit is gonna make me cry. After almost 2 years of dealing with trauma and depression, I finally got the motivation to clean my room entirely. It almost took 9 hours and 2 trash bags full with plastic bottles, pizza boxes, and other trash. I'm proud of my work. As you should be, man. This is good work. I've been in this exact situation before, and believe me, it's rough. This is an awesome job, well done. A couple in Taiwan who own a dry cleaning company pose with clothes never picked up, becoming viral sensation. This is freaking adorable! Oh my God, I love it. My son found a 1914 wheat penny under some old concrete I removed. I posted a picture of it on r/coins to share our excitement. Fellow Redditors offered to send him some of their personal treasures to inspire him to keep hunting. We are absolutely speechless. Oh, look how happy he looks. That's so cute. Oh, I really hope this kid takes this as like a lifelong hobby. That is awesome. I had a man come to me and he said, "Bob, I could never paint because I'm colorblind. So I thought today we'd do a picture in gray, just to show you that anyone can paint." Oh! As a legally blind person, I could not approve of this more. People who have been in a coma, what was your perception of time while in it? I was in a coma for a week after surgery. To me, it was instant. The odd part, my mom talked to me while I was in the coma, and I remember the things she said. She talked about raising me, the funny things I did, etc. When my mom passed away in 2007, she fell asleep first. We knew she wouldn't wake up again, so I talked to her about how amazing she was as a mom. I talked for hours until she took her last breath. I hope she heard me. I wasn't always a good son. Okay, all right. Lexi is not going to cry while reading the rest of these. Lexi is not going to cry. The first time I ever did stand-up in the high school talent show, my teacher was like, "I'm gonna see you on the Tonight Show one day." So I flew him out. Comedian Josh Johnson, Black Pride. Free blog for the teachers who believe in you. Treasure both these men. So my friend's vet has a comfort dog assistant that helps sick patients know that everything will be all right. And this is really all you need to see today? Oh my God, that's... Yeah, I'm not going, oh my God. No, yeah, I'm not getting through this without crying. Look at him, look at the face. I know nobody else cares, but I've always struggled with self-confidence and self-esteem issues because of my looks. 6 months ago, I started facial and jaw exercises and I'm finally confident in the way I look. Wow, look at you go! I didn't even know those were a thing. That's awesome. Excellent work. I'm so proud of all of you. Dear Sarah, this is a little bit awkward, but I've waited a really long time to pass this on to you. My wife and I came in for haircuts shortly before Christmas of last year. My wife was suffering from dementia, and you treated her as if you'd been working with dementia patients all your life. You let us sit next to each other, and when it came time for her cut, you turned her chair towards me so I could watch her expression as you cut her hair. It turned out even better than I thought it would. Sadly, she died in March, and that haircut was one of the best moments of her life. She felt so pretty. She visited the mirror in her bathroom several times during the day and would come out beaming. To see her so happy was priceless. Looking back, it was likely one of dozens of haircuts you gave that day, but one which revitalized a woman's sense of self and her singular beauty. I hope you always realize the power of your profession. It's so easy to take things like that for granted. Sincerely, a grateful customer. I know I said best twice, but I can't re-record that. This is just so wonderful and heartwarming and sad and I'm very glad this person felt pretty before they unfortunately passed away. Single mom dresses as dad so her son wouldn't miss Donuts with Dad Day at school. Oh, That is the best kind of parent. Drug dealers of Reddit, what is the strangest thing you have been offered in compensation for drugs? Ex-user of opiates here. My dealer would only give me the drugs if I gave him my blades and allowed him to check me for any cuts. I was in a seriously dark time, and he helped me in a lot of ways. Eventually, once I started to get better, he refused to sell me any drugs and also made it clear to his friend dealers that I was blacklisted. One of the reasons I turned my life around. Not something I expected, but I'll take it. That's amazing. I just remembered that when I got my first dog, I was 7 and he was 1. 7 in dog years. And I cried when he turned 2 because I didn't think a 14-year-old dog would want to hang out with me. This is less made me smile and more made me cry. The human has been working from home the last couple of days, and every so often, they let me participate in the video calls. All the other humans cheer when they see me. I am the only thing holding their company together? Oh, this one's gonna be a hard one. The left one is my art. Found the drawing on the right in my little brother's room one day. Oh my god, that's too freaking adorable. Oh, I love it. There are 2 drunk men outside my window, and all they're saying is, "No, you're my best friend in the whole world," back and forth. Drunken wholesome chaos, I can get behind this. Currently staying with my parents. They have eggs for breakfast on Wednesday and Sunday. These days are now both known as Egg Day. They plan for Egg Day days in advance. The night before an Egg Day, they talk about how excited they are for Egg Day. They've been married 35 years. And this is how you run a relationship. That is true love. Did you know that when Ella Fitzgerald couldn't get booked by clubs and TV because she was black, Marilyn Monroe offered to come to the nightclub every night and sit in the front row if they let Ella sing? That's how you use your privilege for good. Oh my god, this is an amazing history through IDs. Worked at KFC, became a manager at KFC, did housekeeping at Mill Creek, nursing assistant, licensed practical nurse, and a registered nurse. Look at you go. I'm so proud of all of you. 1939, Kansas wheat. When they realized women were using their sacks to make clothes for their children, the mills started using flowered fabric for their sacks, so the kids would have pretty clothes. Pure kindness. The label would wash out. Aw, that's kind of sweet. I like this. I'm on a plane, and the entire flight sat still, so that a man in the last seat at the back of the plane could get off and run to his next flight to try to make it to his twin daughter's first father-daughter dance. Everyone rooted him on and clapped as he rushed down the aisle. Aww. Johnny Depp hugs fan who gave him flowers outside court after day 6 of libel trial. Aww, that's really sweet. My son and his best friend, both told their survival rate would be around 2%, never walk, and live in a vegetative state if they made it past 7 years, both walked a stage and graduated tonight. Left pick is from the first day of school. The right is from graduation this evening. Oh, that's so good. Look at them go. The amount of pride I have for you people. You guys are freaking rocking it. Well done. Some people don't understand that sitting in your own house alone in peace, eating snacks, and minding your business is fracking priceless. Yes, this, exactly. I have a confession. When my hubby gets stuck on a part of a video game for a long period of time, I will look up the solution on my phone and then give him vague suggestions to push him in the right direction. I've been doing this for 6 years. That is an amazing wife. This guy doesn't know how secretly amazing his wife is. So last supper, I randomly met this 80-year-old woman on Words with Friends. We played 300 plus games together, and she actually ended up becoming a good friend of mine. Today I got to go to Florida and meet her in person. Oh, that's the best thing ever! I met my best friend and basically internet twin through Discord. And one day I will get to go to Europe and meet up with her. My buddy cosplaying Jasmine and the Genie with his daughter. Oh my god, the amount of wholesome parenting in this. This is how you parent. This is exactly how you do it. I kissed my girlfriend on the cheek while waiting to cash out at Walmart. And this little girl stared at us in amazement and said, "No one told me girls can kiss girls? That's so cool." Oh my god, that's too freaking cute. I got Kiwi, a little goth girlfriend. Oh my god, that's amazing. I thought that was a filter for a second. Remember Kiwi and his goth girlfriend? Well, now she's his goth wife. And they have 4 beautiful half-goth babies. Oh my god, they're almost exactly half. That's beautiful. They look so happy and that's so adorable. This proud Aboriginal elder traveled 1,864 miles just to be at his granddaughter's graduation. Okay, this is even more next level parenting. This is amazing. I love this so much. This kid comes and visit my grandmother every day, 4 to 5 times a day. He just told me it was to check on her, to make sure she wakes up from all her naps. My heart can't take this. Aww. That makes me happy. This is the best thing ever from Reddit to me personally. I had a passport-size black and white picture of my grandparents from 1950, and a kind Redditor colorized it for me. I framed it and gave it to my 90-year-old grandma, who was blown away. Aww, this is adorable. That's such a sweet gift. This white couple in Target was staring at the Shea Moisture and Cantu products. Something told me to ask, so I said, y'all need help? The wife hesitated and then showed me a picture of their black daughter and asked for recommendations. I made suggestions. It was a good day. By the end of this, I might just have faith in humanity again. Trash collector with 4.0 GPA, who woke up at 4 a.m. to support his family, is accepted into Harvard Law School. That's freaking beautiful and perfect and amazing. Well done, Harvard. And well done, this guy. Totally deserves it. My granddad has a hat for each university his grandchildren attended. And today, I got to give him mine. So proud, just so proud. Oh, it's a puppy with actual heart eyes. That's the best thing. Really needing a hug from a black lunch lady right now. One time at school, this black lunch lady, who was my favorite, asked me, "You need more fruit, honey?" And I said, "No, I just need a hug." And she said, "Aw, come here, baby," and gave me the best fracking hug in the world. And I started crying in the fracking lunch line. I would do anything to have that experience again. Kobe's last game inspired him to train and lose 170 pounds. Well, fracking done, dude. That is freaking awesome. Caution, these shoes are the summer home of Jabba the Toad. Please do not disturb. Thank you. I really needed to see a happy frog in 2020. I really needed to see a happy frog. The first prime minister to have dealt with a major terrorist attack, a deadly volcanic eruption, and a pandemic, all in her first term of office. All while holding a baby. Good lord, that's some leadership goals. I had a job interview, and they couldn't offer me the job as another candidate performed better than me. However, they really liked me and have had funding approved to create a job just for me. This literally never happens in the NHS, and I am so happy. Congratulations! I hope you do some awesome things in your new job. Daughter got kidney. Thank you, Willie, for your selfless gift of life. Oh, this is freaking wholesome. I'm so glad his daughter got her kidney. And well done, Willie, we stan you. What a difference 3 years make, but we're still the same homies. You sirs are totally rocking it. Also, y'all got ripped as hell. I approve. This kid had lost his dad in the crowd and started to cry until he saw the Flash and Wonder Woman. He asked for help because he knew them. Oh my god. To the cosplayers who presumably helped this kid go find his dad, you guys are freaking A-level. That is excellent work. Oh my god, open my Nan's laptop, and when she's Googled something, she's put please and thank you. I can't. Please translate these Roman numerals, blah blah blah, thank you. Dearest Ben's Nan, hope you're well. In a world of billions of searches, yours made us smile. Oh, and it's 1998. Thank you. My freshman roommate sat me down on day one and was like, heads up, I'll be bringing lots of girls and maybe even some guys to the dorm this year. So if that scares you, grow up, cause this ain't high school. Anyway, he brought one girl back the whole year and now they're married. That's so perfect. Oh my god, that's great. The woman I'm planning to marry showed me this pebble that looks like a guitar pick, and with an entirely straight face, said, it's for rock music. Marry her faster. I agree with Sheepkind, marry her faster. Yesterday, my son decided to run away from home because I made him eat his vegetables. After telling him to pack extra underwear, he left only to come running back to the house, not because he's changed his mind, but because he forgot his mask. Wear a mask, you filthy animals. My 79-year-old grandma has a meme framed. Going to grandparents' house, leaving grandparents' house. It's so true though. Some grandparents are absolutely amazing. This is my friend. He's worked as a carpenter for 7 years. He's once said to me, I wish I could be a model and my pictures would be all over the world and agencies would call me to take my pictures. So I said, let me try taking your picture. You might get lucky. I'm not sure if the picture on the right was his friend taking the picture or an actual model picture later on, but it is a really freaking good picture and he looks absolutely dashing. My kid is gaming with friends, so I brought him a snack. And he says, thanks, love you. Then laughter erupts over the headset and he goes, what? You don't love your mothers? I'm sad for you. So if you need me, I'll just be over here sobbing into my world's best mom ribbon. Just boarded my plane back to Chicago and sat next to an older white man who slowly turns, pauses, and says, Assalamu alaikum, in a way that was clear he had been practicing for this moment. It was just cute, and I wanted to share this wholesome Muslim airport story. That is all. According to Wikipedia, that's an Arabic greeting that means peace be upon you. Hopefully that's correct. I'm sorry for probably absolutely butchering the pronunciation. 50 years ago, they tried to stop Catherine Switzer running the Boston Marathon. Yesterday, at 70, she ran it again, wearing the same number. You go, girl. Since I started my new job about a month ago, I noticed one of my coworkers gets treated like an outcast, so I made a point to befriend him. Today, he came into my office, handed me a gift card, and awkwardly goes, "Thank you for treating me like a person." Britch, I might be crying. Imagine treating people like human beings. Well done on this person, but also just makes me sad. One time, I saw Samuel L. Jackson at an airport, and he saw me and my cousin hovering around trying to gain the courage to ask him for a photo. And then he came over to us and said, "Y'all motherfuckers want a photo?" And it was everything. Oh my god, they look so happy. That's so cute. My grandma deadass just served my kids nuggets and fries in their fracking kiddie pool. This is why grandmas should live forever. I agree. Grandmas are just freaking adorable, and I love them. It's taken me until 27 years old to feel strong enough to show affection to another man in public. It's been a journey, but I'm glad I'm here. Aw, I'm so happy for you too. You guys look freaking cute together. I approve. Met this sweet man at Outback. He saw us at prom and showed us a picture of him and his wife at prom in 1949. Aww, the fact that he still carries the pic around is just so precious. I agree. Old people line up to clean radiation in Japan? Mr. Yamada, I am 72 and on average, I probably have 13 to 15 years left to live. Even if I were exposed to radiation, cancer could take 20 or 30 years or longer to develop. Therefore, us older ones have less chance of getting cancer. Basically, a group of 200 plus retirees are volunteering to expose themselves to high levels of radiation so the younger men and women don't have to, making the ultimate sacrifice to protect the lives of their children and their children's children. That is painfully wholesome. Like, I don't know what to do with this information. Wow, that's impressive. HR at my work just called me and I thought I was in trouble for something, but they just let me know my 11-year-old sister has been commenting on their Instagram every day, telling them to give me a raise. Good sibling. Good job. Well done. My parents made a Renaissance fair for my kids in my backyard because it was canceled this year. We made turkey legs, funnel cakes, bobbed for apples, live music, etc. They're amazing people and even greater grandparents. Oh my god, this is too much. This is too sweet. Oh man, I cannot handle how cute this is. I'm moving tomorrow, and the old black lady that lives next to me just said, "I'm going to miss you. I used to stay up every night when you would go out with your friends, and I wouldn't go to sleep until I heard your door close, and I knew you made it home safe." Aww, freaking sweet neighbors. My heart. I skied back to the pool again to take this photo for all those men who commented, "Make me a sandwich," on my TEDx talk. I made you a sandwich, ham and cheese. Now ski 37 days and 600 kilometers to the South Pole and you can eat it. 16-year-old Australian explorer Jade Hameister. This is so petty and so perfect, and I love it. I hope that sandwich is still there. Young kid banging on the door. I wake up like, what the hell? I open like, "What up, little homie?" I've never seen him before. He said, "I missed the bus and no one will take me to school. I've knocked on 3 doors." My response, "Say no more, fam." Didn't even brush my teeth, just grabbed my keys, slipped on my foams? Go get that education, young brother. This is what a big homie does for young brothers. Oh my god, this is adorable. Oh my god, this is great. The guy totally didn't have to open his door and take this random kid to school, but he did. Because he's another fracking awesome neighbor. I love them. My sister came home from school one day and asked me to take her to the library so she could get books on sign language. She said there was a new kid at school who was deaf and she wanted to be friends with him. Today, I stood beside her at her wedding, watching her sign, "I do." Oh my god, I was not ready for that. Oh my god, I was not at all ready for that. Oh, my heart. After we went trick-or-treating, we went to Walmart to grab a few things, and we ran into Elsa. These two were saying, "That's my sister." When we left, Nani cried and said she wanted to see her sister. I got Elsa's mom's number, and she said her daughter was crying too. Now we're scheduling a play date. Aw, that's so cute. This This makes me happy on many, many levels. I have a sunburn. For most people, having a sunburn is a bummer and an inconvenience. For me, it means that for the first time in 10 months, I have control over my depression. I was able to stay outside longer than 10 minutes and play with my family. I have a sunburn. Yeah, this episode has taken many takes. I'm not even gonna lie. Lexi has cried today. I don't have kids and probably never will. I support universal childcare and paid maternal leave. I'm never going back to college. I support free college. I don't make minimum wage. I support increasing it above the cost of living. This is called wanting a better life for people. My boyfriend trying to be supportive. My shawarma fell apart. Oh no! Are you solution-oriented about it or in the feeling stage? Imagine waking up for an 8 a.m. class and this is what you walk in and see. You know, given quarantine, I wouldn't be surprised. He got up extra early to make a holiday class a little fun. Be nice and respect what he's doing. Hell yes! 13 years ago, I emailed Dr. Fauci out of the blue to ask if I might interview him for my undergrad thesis. He invited me to his office, where he answered all of my questions. When I sent him the thesis, he read the whole thing. See his overly effusive review below. Who does that? Oh my god, I'm not reading all of that. But we stand Dr. Fauci. Dad, can I use your tools? You bet. That's going to end poorly. I disagree. I think it will start poorly. But who knows how it will end? Just finished fixing the roof, Dad. Thanks, sweetie. Yes, this is why you should always encourage any sort of interest a child has. Today is my 24th birthday, but it's my first birthday as a girl. Being my true self is the greatest gift I could ask for. Girl, you freaking rock it. Fellow trans family here, you look freaking amazing. Happy birthday. Fracking own it. I so approve. The girl I babysit has made me watch WALL-E at least 10 times. So I assumed it was her favorite movie, but today, her mom told me that she watches it because she thinks it's my favorite movie. This is accidentally wholesome, and that kid is going to grow up to be a very, very wonderful person. Deleted my weather app, because there's a guy in my office that always tells me anyway, and the app never asks me how my weekend was. Shout out to Bill, my weekend was awesome, man, thanks for asking. Biological father of bride stops wedding to invite stepdad to walk down the aisle with him. That's a whole level of family I can't even process. A guy named Weird Al has had a 40+ year long career with no allegations of sexual impropriety. One of my favorite stories I've heard about Weird Al was the moment he realized he had finally made it. This was in the early 80s. He had been invited to a music industry party and wasn't really sure if he was going to go or not. He didn't think anyone knew about him or cared. When he got to the party, he heard someone yell from across the room, "Holy crap, it's Weird Al! Weird Al is here!" He looked over and saw it was actually Paul McCartney who yelled it. Oh, I really hope that story is true because I freaking love Weird Al. And that would just be so incredibly wholesome. I could already see his smile. Like, Weird Al is just such a happy guy. Timothy Matters holding a thank you letter from the Queen. He made her a homemade word search to keep her occupied during lockdown. Oh my god. I hadn't seen the picture beforehand and I was expecting like a middle-aged or like older woodworker or something. I did not expect a child. This is beautiful. Oh my god, this is lovely. I gave a little kid some frozen yogurt today at work and his mom says, "Okay, what do you say?" And he looks me dead in the eyes and says, "I love you." Oh I mean, from a kid's perspective, I love you is just an accentuated form of thank you / you're great. Elderly YouTuber writes his subscribers down in a notebook, then thanks them individually. Protect this man at all costs. Probably the most unproblematic YouTuber ever.